flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Dude, did you order
the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I've never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever, with eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
If you're a woman, talk to your doctor by age 25 about your risk of getting breast cancer. More women under 40 are getting breast cancer, and these cancers are often more deadly. The American College of Radiology recommends you ask your doctor if you should get a mammogram before age 40, need other tests like an MRI with your yearly mammogram, or if at high risk should be checked more than once a year. For more information, visit mammography-saves-lives.org.
Furnished by American College of Radiology.
96.5 The Fan is your exclusive home for Chiefs football, with pregame starting 3 hours before kickoff with Josh Briscoe. Then it's the call of the game with Mitch Holtis, Dayton Hughes, and Josh Klingler.
Touchdown! Kansas City! Travis Kelce owning this game!
Followed by postgame coverage featuring exclusive one-on-one interviews with Andy Reid and Chiefs players inside the locker room. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5, this is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Don't look back now. Thursday has arrived. One more day to the Friday before the weekend, baby. It's just these weeks, man. They go so fast. I love it. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy this. Simpsons movie came out in 2007.
Okay, you were close. You were absolutely close.
18 years ago.
That's
but I think
insane.
It's coming out in 2 years.
No,
the next one. The original one came out in 2007.
Gotcha.
Spider Pig.
Yeah.
Spider Pig.
I love
That's
that movie.
all I remember. That and Homer between a rock and a hard place.
Wasn't that where they blamed Canada in that movie? Oh, wait, that was the South Park movie. Yeah. I don't remember much of the Simpsons movie, I'll be honest with you. That was 18 years ago. That's a long time ago. I may have to rewatch it before the sequel comes out, because that's what we all needed, the Homer Simpson sequel in the Simpsons. But give them credit, man. That is a long running show.
And as right, Bob didn't believe me because, Mac, I bet this movie was must see for you. The Social Network.
Oh, I loved The Social
Came out
Network.
15 years ago.
That to me is that's the one right there that hit me.
2010.
Yeah, that hit me hard right there, man. 15 years ago. I thought that movie would have just come out the last couple of years or whatever, but it goes so fast, man. You just don't remember it anymore. I remember going to college, and there was an older guy in our fraternity, and he goes, eventually you won't remember who's in what class, right? And I go, oh, I'll never have that kind of memory. He was absolutely right. I can't remember anything like that kind of stuff, those details and how fast it moves anymore, because it just goes so damn fast. 15 years ago, The Social Network came out? God.
Oh, yeah. We're almost, 21 years old at Facebook? Came out in like 2004, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
We're past 21. We're at 21.
We're at 21. Yeah, Facebook can drink.
Yeah, baby.
Well, they've been drinking for the last 21 years, and really in 2020 they drank a lot on Facebook, and so that's the last time I was on there.
The Zook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. There's like not making a sequel, but there's something based off of that movie coming
Yeah.
out.
The
or
Social
something.
Network or The
Yes,
Simpsons?
The Social Network.
Okay, The Social Network.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, and Jesse Eisenberg said, no, thank you.
He said, I'm out. Yeah.
I heard he's an ass.
I did hear that as well, which
I
sucks.
heard that from like Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's telling people they're asses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
guy's dad,
rich.
That guy's dad spent life in prison. Little known fact about Woody Harrelson's dad was a prisoner. I forget. I think he I don't know what he did, so I don't want to say it. But I know I know his dad was like in jail for like basically his whole life. But yeah, they did Zombieland together, and he was like, yeah, it's just like cutting teeth. He's like, it's just brutal. Like he'd show up, and he was the greatest thing in the world. Like he knew his lines. If you didn't, it was like, figure it out. Like same with like Michael Cera. Heard he's a jerk.
He sucks apparently.
Yeah,
Chevy Chase sucks too. Apparently,
Knew that.
yeah.
We knew Chevy Chase sucked back in Caddyshack days because that's what always surprised me about Caddyshack was Harold Ramis, R.I.P., one of the greatest directors of all time. He would say that the first scene they shot for Caddyshack was the scene with Chevy Chase and Bill Murray, where he's like, "Yeah, you got a pool over there, right?" He goes, "Well, we got a pond. Pond probably better for you."
Right.
That scene, because every time Bill Murray and Chevy Chase were in the same room, they wanted to kill each other.
They want to kill each other.
And
They
like
hated
you
each
think
other,
about
yeah.
you kind of think about this out loud. You're like, Bill Murray's been around for quite a while, right?
Yep.
You think about Bill Murray's persona: Cubs games, Bears games, Bulls games, Space Jam, Ghostbusters. You're like, I can understand why certain people may not like Bill Murray because it's just like it never stops. Like it's like, dude, are you a real person? But like he's not a jerk. And then there's like Chevy Chase, who we know told Lorne Michaels, hey, I don't think I'm going to do Saturday Night Live anymore. The show sucks. It's going to fail.
Yeah.
Here we are in 2025.
We were just watching highlights
going.
this morning of Chris
Right.
Farley, right? You know,
And was the original Weekend Update and was like, this is going to work. And then you hear like stories from like Beverly D'Angelo from like scenes from Christmas Vacation and all these movies. Like Chevy Chase is not a good guy.
No, and he really didn't even follow the script. Most of his stuff was ad lib, which is very impressive, actually, that he's able to do stuff like that. But behind the scenes, just a total jerk and whatnot, and somebody that nobody really wanted to be around.
Heroes.
Yeah, it's true, man.
It's really true.
I told you, like with Kevin James, he wasn't a jerk, but it was just not fun. It's like, oh man, and I was warned, don't put the guy on. You're going to be disappointed. Don't put him on.
Yeah, but you've kind of got the same personality as Mac and I, where like people tell you not to do something,
And
you're
you
going to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Just to know it for yourself.
Right, exactly.
Like Bob will do that with us every once in a while. Like, yeah, you don't need to go do that. Don't do it. And then we go do it, and you're like, damn, Bob was right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But this was like Kevin James. This wasn't like, don't text and drive. This was like Kevin James. Like, I wanted to meet this guy, right?
Like,
yeah.
You never want to meet, players or maybe managers you really look up to.
Bob, that's really none of your business.
That's a great answer. I love it.
So we got that in the record books now. It's so funny.
It was so good. That's why I love him, because he's got that kind of dry sense of humor and personality that doesn't take himself too seriously.
He kind of reminds me of like Toby from The Office.
A little bit,
but not like a Debbie Downer.
Yeah,
just like, so things are pretty awesome in the locker room. Like, yeah, they're all right.
Yeah,
it's like, okay,
but I really do. That's what you want in your coach and your manager, right? You don't want a guy who's overreacting and screaming and yelling all the time. Just kind of be calm, man. It's okay. Things are going to go wrong. We know that.
He seems like a perfect mixture of a Q we're talking about.
Yeah.
Of like Joe Madden mixed with like Terry Francona. Like I love every night. I don't get to see anymore because the Dodgers ruined it for us last night.
How about the Dodgers? You could have lost that game, and we could have had 4 game threes today, man. I was so rooting for that.
I was sitting on my couch last night watching that game, or the recliner, and I'm sitting there like, I think the Dodgers might be the most the most hated franchise in any sports platform.
I think they've passed the Yankees, and the Patriots.
Well,
they
what
passed.
have the Yankees won / done?
Nothing since 2009.
They didn't pay Soto, which is a classic '90s Yankee move. Oh, you don't like us having Soto and Judge? Get bent. Here we go.
Yeah.
They got rid of Soto. They don't really. I mean, they have Garrett Cole, but like, unless they go get like Paul Skeens and next guy, right? Then they're back to their normal ways. But they haven't won a World Series since 2009. They've missed the playoffs multiple times. they've gone through a couple of managers in Girardi and now Boone. And if
Yeah.
Boone, I think, loses the series, I think he's gone, even though there's some people that disagree.
Yeah,
but it's Boston.
Yeah,
it's Boston.
It is, but like the manager doesn't really have much control anymore.
They do now. Because last night he clearly listened to the media.
Yeah,
he went out there to Rodon. It was like,
Uh-huh.
hey, man, I'm not taking you out. I'm just going to make it look like I am because you know what they said yesterday when I took out Fry.
Right, and then he left him in, and what did Rodon do? Get the
Double
MFR
play.
out, man. It was done. Yeah,
and
what
then
a great game that was.
Boone's right back in the winner's seat.
Yeah.
They win last night. Ben Rice hits a home run. Like, who'd have had Ben Rice and Volpe as the two home run hitters for the Yankees in the playoffs?
Right? Yeah.
But no, like, I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, man, I think, in football, like, yeah, the Chiefs, but like, Philadelphia won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Philadelphia's kind of got that tush-push thing. The Chiefs aren't necessarily, maybe I'm out of my mind when I think about this, but I don't think the Chiefs, when you look at me like, God, I hate that team.
What do you hate about the Chiefs is like the fact that Taylor Swift is involved, right? The Philadelphia Eagles got a coach everybody wants to punch in the face and a play that nobody likes.
Right. And then you look at, like, the Chiefs don't go out and, like, buy people. Like, if anything, the Chiefs they get Terrell Suggs.
Right.
Like, LaShawn McCoy, Le'Veon Bell. They don't go get, a big-time free agent player that's out there. They get, like, MVS or, people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, the Chiefs won a lot, but, like, the Dodgers in the offseason, what do we say? It's like, oh, they got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Like, half their pitching staff isn't pitching, and it's guys like Tyler Glasnow, that's a Cy Young candidate every single year, it seems. Ace in Tampa Bay, Blake Snell, Shohei Ohtani, all these guys.
Oh, Kershaw's still around.
Yeah. And then you watch that game last night, and you're like, all day long, you're like, all right, Cleveland won this game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, here come the Padres. Machado starts to tone off. They beat Chicago. Awesome. And then you watch that Boston-New York game last night, which was playoff theater.
It was
this
great.
This team's winning, then this team's winning,
Yeah.
then this team wins. Now this team's leading.
Duran makes a huge error out in left
The biggest heel
field.
in baseball saves the game and wins the game.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers play, and you're watching the game, and you're like, all right, Reds are up 2-0. And then it's like, now it's 7-2, and this game's over. And then they come back with the announcement right after they win, like, oh, yeah, the Reds, they were secondhand news. Shout out Fleetwood Mac, which they were. It should have been the Mets. But, like, the Dodgers brush off. They go, oh, and by the way, game one in the NLDS, Shohei Ohtani's taking the mound. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Like, thank you very much.
Well, which is great. I mean, that's what you want. It's too bad it's a Saturday night and everybody's going to be doing other things. I mean, but it is what it is, when it comes to baseball. I'd love for Shohei Ohtani to be towing the slab on a Tuesday night when there's nothing else going on and we can all focus on, boom, that's what's going on.
They bought
right?
everybody this offseason.
Yeah.
That's what got the conversation going about a salary cap and a salary. Like, it'll be the Dodgers' fault the baseball shuts down.
Yeah, probably.
Because we want a salary cap because of what happened last offseason with the Dodgers, where you're like, they can't keep doing this. This is getting ridiculous. They do this whole, like, furloughing the money all the way until they're 48 years old. And all of a sudden, it's like, now the Dodgers have this roster. The Dodgers are going to win the World Series. I can tell you right now, they'll sweep whoever they play in this next round, whoever it is. Well, I guess it'd be the Phillies. Is that who they play?
Phillies, yeah.
Those Phillies will fall. Hopefully, I don't want to see another Phillies World Championship, but, like, that's what's going on. And then now all of a sudden you watch this game last night and you're robbed from a fourth game 3.
Yeah.
We got 1, we got 2, everything followed suit, and then it's like, thanks, LA. Obviously, they go on and play. So I hate there's not a team in basketball that's like that, I don't think. Right? The Lakers dynasty's not running.
I think it's wherever LeBron is who
but
you
that's
hate.
a player.
Yeah, but that's why you hate that team, I think.
don't know.
I think that's kind of the way. It's clearly not that way in hockey. Nobody hates any team.
And I think in football, it's like there's multiple. People hate the Chiefs. People hate the Philadelphia Eagles. People hate, I don't know, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
People hate, this thing. It's not just focused on one generated team, and that's who the Dodgers are. They are the evil empire of baseball.
Yeah,
they're ruining the game of baseball.
They're a
taking
team
all
that,
the fun.
No, they are. But until Major League Baseball stops it, they're playing within the rules. And I will never hesitate, for telling these guys stop playing within the rules. They're doing what they need to do to try to put the best team on the field within the rules of Major League Baseball. And so I can't hold it against the Dodgers. It is a baseball thing that is being out there. It's like you've got the money to spend on a new car. You're going to buy the top of the line car if you can afford it. You don't care what your neighbor can afford. And so that's the problem with baseball. And baseball isn't like real life. In order to have a good functioning league and get the people interested, which baseball has over the last year, they've done a great job of that. But keep those people interested and get that salary cap, get that salary floor. I think people will like that. But it was theater last night. It was great last night watching that game, and we get 3 more today. I do believe that the NFL paid Major League Baseball off to not have a 4th game 3 because it would compete against what really kind of is a non-interesting NFL game. I mean, you look at what's going on in San Francisco. That's the Chiefs wide receiver room from a couple of years ago. DeMarcus Robinson, MVS, and Sky Moore are your 3 starting wide receivers for the San Francisco 49ers. And then you have a backup quarterback still, I believe, in there. So, and then you've got the Rams.
That's awesome.
And you know, what they've done so far this season, obviously been pretty good. Should be a blowout, right? It should be, on paper, a blowout, but that's why we play the games. But yeah, could you imagine? I would love to have seen what a Game 3 LA versus, Cincinnati would have done in that time slot against a regular season NFL game. I'm sure the NFL game would have probabably trumped it 2-1 or 3-1.
Yeah, for sure.
With a rating standpoint.
Doesn't matter now.
No, it doesn't matter. But I would have loved to have seen it. People went, because we talk all the time, elimination games are the best thing in sports. Game 7s. Well, this would have been a Game 7 tonight if the Dodgers had lost and the Reds had won. We would have been seeing a Game 7. So we technically have 3 quote-unquote Game 7s, elimination games today. Baseball, man, it was fantastic yesterday, and today's going to be awesome to watch what happens where everybody is playing for their life today.
And to be fair, the games that are being played today are the ones that we actually care about.
Yeah, they are.
When we looked at the slab, right, we looked at it, we're like, all right, Detroit and Cleveland, yes, sir.
Yes.
San Diego Cubs, yes,
Let's
sir. It's
go.
in Chicago and Wrigley, day games, every single one of them. And then you're like, New York, Boston,
yeah, right, yeah.
And then you're like, Cincinnati, Dodgers. Well, that'll be over in 2, and the Dodgers will blow them out.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened.
And that's
in both
exactly
games.
what happened. Yeah, it stinks, but it is what it is. But you're
that's
right.
life.
We got what we wanted today for Major League Baseball. It's fantastic.
No doubt about it. Just want a quick shout out to Tammy. She turns 40 today. It's this guy's wife. He goes, she turns 40 today. I've been lucky enough to have spent 20 years of them with her. So happy birthday,
Tammy. Way to go,
keep 'em
Tammy.
rolling. There's a lot of birthdays in October, baby. You got to love
I got
it.
a big one today we got to get to as well. Yeah, a big one today.
Oh, no. Do I know this?
No, well,
Okay.
you know the person, but you don't know whose birthday it is. It's a big one today.
It's a big one.
Big one.
A stat that Kelsey leads in once again for at least a couple more weeks that will change, plus the greatest of all time. We'll get into that next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Josh Simmons, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm retired, newly retired, so this was my first summer not working again. But I had problems with my shoulder. I mean, it was just like 1,000 needles going into my shoulder.
Mike didn't want surgery. 6 months in a sling was not how he planned to spend retirement. That's when he heard about QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It's a free appointment. And after the first treatment, the next day, I went out and played golf. The pain just wasn't there.
No drugs, no surgery. Just your body's own natural healing power. Orthobiologic concentrated and placed exactly where you need them to go to work.
I couldn't have asked for a better experience. I don't want to take on Mike Tyson, but he'd know I was there.
Now Mike's heading back to QC Kinetics to get his knees treated.
It changed my first summer being retired. It's one I can remember instead of regret.
Get back to doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today to schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com. Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to Missouri. On December 1st, you'll finally be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. You can bet everything from the money line to over-unders to which team will win it all. You'll be able to build parlays, bet player props, or even ride the live line. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Plus, with live betting, you can pick which player will score the next touchdown or the touchdown after that. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back. On December 1st, you'll be able to see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, did you know that September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, which makes it the perfect time to get screened? The 5-year survival rate is nearly 100% when caught early. Men over 50 or 45 if African American or with a family history should talk to their doctor about screening. Here's why screenings are important. PSA blood tests are quick and simple. Screenings can detect prostate cancer before symptoms appear. Early detection means more treatment options and better outcomes. Some prostate cancers grow slowly, others are aggressive, so early detection is vital. Prostate cancer is the second deadliest cancer for men, but when caught early, the survival rate is nearly 100%. Don't wait. Visit kcuc.com today. At KCUC, you see the best in KC.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You know, Bob, that's really none of your business.
That's right, Q. That's a hell of a drop. Happy offseason to all of them. I can only imagine 162 games. What are they doing? 885 days or something like that?
Well, they do 162 regular season games. Now add 30 more spring training games onto that, right? And if you're in the playoffs, now you've got 3 more at least added onto that if you're the Yankees, Boston, all the teams that moved on today. So you're at 195 games already. And if you advance further into the playoffs, you're well over 200 games. Remember, there's only 365 days of the year. They're playing all these games. Or 366, depending on the leap year. So it's crazy to see that they play that many baseball games, man. It's a lot.
I will say this, and I don't know why I just thought about this, weird brain up there. Is that one of the most underrated Chiefs dynasty stats? Like the amount of games they played in 3, and I guess it'd be like 5 consecutive years now.
Yeah.
For sure.
And yet still are there.
Yeah, they've played an entire season of postseason games, right? So you think Patrick Mahomes is like in year 8. He's actually in year 9 of
It's like
playing,
dog
right?
years.
Yeah, no, it is. People don't factor that in. I mean, over the course of the season, when you think about the Chiefs playing to the last game of the year, which is obviously a blessing, you have a lot of teams that are already got a month into their offseason. They're not playing all those extra games.
If you're Carolina, the Saints, the Jets.
Yeah, right. Like you haven't
how many
played.
teams are eliminated right now in the NFL?
Well, the Saints are eliminated, the Titans are eliminated, and the Jets are eliminated. I can,
Miami. They lost
Miami,
Hill,
Cleveland, Cincinnati. That's 6
And you
teams.
said Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee's the worst team.
You see
in the
their
NFL.
coach is mad at Cam Ward.
Their coach is mad at everybody. He's mad at the
You
media.
gotta go, dude.
Yeah, like it's
get
time.
It over with.
And what's he mad at Cam Ward about
He
now?
said
Because
that the team is buck. He's keeping it buck that they're ass.
Well,
He's like, he's a young kid. He's learning how to talk.
Yeah, he's learned the PR. Yeah.
Look, I'm around young kids all the time at high school events. He talks like the young kids talk in high school. They all say that. Do you know how many times my kids call me bro?
I love it.
That's great.
I mean, it's bro. I mean, Mac. I mean, you're in that generation. No, it's true. It's like you're still kind of that generation. You say bro a lot.
You ever make
always say
dinner
bro.
and your kids say goodbye and like, damn, Dad, this is fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now they don't do that when my wife cooks, but when I do, I mean, yeah, there's no question about it. It's fire. They love it because I put love. I cook with love in my meals.
What'd you cook last? Oh no,
we were at tennis. Then there was a bonfire. Like I wasn't home yesterday.
That was takeout or to go.
You know what I had for dinner last night? So I want to shout out to the KC Crime Convention. They had me be part of their luncheon yesterday. We honored the police officers, over 400 police officers and police women in attendance yesterday, and got to conduct a chat with Alex Gordon and Willie Wilson. It was awesome. Those guys are fantastic. And shout out to all the police officers out there. I know we got a lot listened. A lot came up to me yesterday. So there are 60 different police districts and municipalities in the area. I think somebody from every municipality came up and said, we listen to you guys every morning. We love you. So if you're out in your patrol car today, shout us out on the text line. Let us know where you are. We'll shout you out, and we appreciate you guys.
And then get in front of me on the way home, so on 435 I don't have any traffic.
That's exactly
right.
right.
I'll just follow
Yes.
you like a Priest Holmes and you're Tony Richardson. And we'll get there.
Get the thing going, the convoy going. And so then I went out to Bonner Springs where they had tennis all day yesterday. And so I was out there. So by the time I got home, it was 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. I opened the fridge. Obviously, there's nothing in there. And for me to say there's nothing.
I was going to say, you're not being a child. There's nothing in the fridge.
No, there was nothing in the fridge. And so I had a rice cake with peanut butter, a rice cake with Nutella, a protein bar, and some gelato that I picked up at Hy-Vee. That is that Teo gelato. That is fantastic. Oh, my God. It's so good. And it's only available at Hy-Vee. And it is phenomenal. And it is wonderful. And that was my dinner last night, Dusty. Meanwhile, you're eating cilantro lime rice and salmon and like all this stuff. And I'm like, if I could just get a morsel of food around here, please, I'm starving.
You can come move in for a week if you need to get away.
I have to.
I mean, you can ask Mac. He got the enchiladas.
So good.
Yeah, with the enchilada. I was going to take some of those, but I wasn't going to be home at all. They would have been like melting in Bonner Springs.
You ate it at this point. Last night hearing that story.
I know.
Screw it.
Shout out Bonner Springs High School too. Their football helmets are fire, man. Matte, black, orange. They got the number on one side.
Nice.
They got their B for Bonner Springs on the other. I love it, man.
That sounds good.
I'm a sucker for any kind of matte helmet, so it was awesome.
I'm a sucker for a bold take in sports. And anyways, here's Harold Reynolds on the Shohei Ohtani Babe Ruth debate.
Shohei Ohtani is just invoking all the memories I had when I would tell my brothers to watch Michael Jordan play. If you see Michael Jordan play, stop what you're doing and enjoy, because there's a day you'll regret not watching every single at-bat Shohei Ohtani takes. For him to start the game in the bottom of the first with a home run against Hunter Green and then hit one of the most gargantuan home runs I've ever seen at Dodger Stadium, he is reminding all of us how much of a superstar he is.
He hasn't even pitched yet. Remember we used to say, Babe Ruth was great. Babe Ruth isn't even in the stratosphere with this guy. This is the greatest baseball player we've ever seen.
There are people that get upset when people say that.
They can get upset at me all they want.
You don't know. Babe couldn't run like this dude. Not anywhere near close. He couldn't throw the ball as hard as this dude.
No, he didn't. He couldn't do what this guy did. He had a flair, and that's where they both fit.
So that's MLB Network last night before the Dodgers and Reds game takes on. And I've always said that I've never classified Babe Ruth as one of the top baseball players of all time. And I know there are people that are probably like, Dusty, come on. Like, I understand it's not his fault of the time that he was alive and when he was around, where, you know, Squirrely Dean was throwing 65-mile-an-hour fastballs, and here's this, you know, guy that's a milk delivery guy that pitches during the night but delivers milk during the day. Like, the talent field wasn't there.
No,
for
the
Boyd.
talent, clearly.
Oil can
Boyd.
Yep,
yeah,
he was probably
the
right.
Red Sox could have used him last night.
That was this guy. His name was Sparky Joe Kirby. He could throw a really good fastball. And, oh, my God, Jackie Robinson exists. Shout out to the Shane Gillis stand-up. But, no, I've never classified Babe as, to me, the greatest of all time. And after I heard this last night and I kind of thought about it, I don't know if there is a solidified greatest of all time in baseball, because I will sit on my back porch and do a Patio Sessions podcast with anyone and everyone and just defend Willie Mays. Like, that's who I'll defend because of what he presents. Now, there are people that will say Shohei Ohtani. Well, when Shohei Ohtani gets to the accolades that Willie Mays gets to, we can have a conversation. I've always thought Willie Mays, to me, with the makeup per se and the talent that he had and he possessed, power, speed, like maybe the original, maybe not the original, but one of the first 5-tool players we'd ever seen.
Yeah.
The great catch, obviously the immaculate catch center fielder, not the immaculate catch, but it's the greatest catch of center field in baseball. And then Jim Edmonds said, hold my beer in Kauffman Stadium one night. And so, like, Babe never really up there. Shohei Ohtani is a special freak human being. And this has always been a take that I've held in my back pocket, because we will see another Patrick Mahomes before we will see another Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question. And
that, to me, is one of those conversations where, like, you hear it right away. It's like when you try food for the first time, you're like, oh, didn't like that. But then all of a sudden you get the aftertaste. You're like, you know what? I appreciated that. That was actually pretty good. We will see. I mean, we saw Joe Montana. Then we saw John Elway. Then we saw Favre. Then we saw Rodgers, Manning, Brady, Mahomes, all these great quarterbacks. We've never seen anything like Shohei Ohtani. And if he continues this, right, because he does, steal bases. He does hit for power. He does pitch. And when he does pitch, he's pretty dominant. Now he's had a little step back because of the Tommy John, but he's pitching game 1 of the NLDS. And I can guarantee you the reason he didn't pitch a lot of innings is because of this moment.
That's right.
Because the Dodgers have the ace of spades in their back pocket, and that is arguably the best baseball player we have seen since peak Mike Trout.
Yeah, no, I think Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player of all time because of the times. And you know, what you said about Babe Ruth, you're right. The competition wasn't great. But the competition wasn't great for Willie Mays either, to where it is right now. And I have a hard time saying guys from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s are better athletes in any sport than the guys that are playing today. You mentioned the milkman. You're right. Guys were doing their day job and then going and pitching at night. I mean, that's the way it was in the early days of baseball, right?
There are facts of this.
Those are facts. Look, that was the same way in the early days of the NFL. When the Chiefs first got here, they're practicing at Swope Park, and Len Dawson's doing post-practice interviews for Channel 9 because he had his nighttime job that he had to go to, where he was making more money than he was making playing that professional sport. And so I think the athletes that are playing today are the ones that you look back at and you consider who are the best in the sport. It's really funny, though, for me with baseball. There's not much of a debate on who the best player is anymore. I think a lot of people for Shohei Ohtani, and baseball is one of those sports where we debate everything in baseball, right? And in football, you can debate who the greatest NFL player is of all time. You can debate, obviously, in the NBA who the greatest player is of all time. We do that every July. And then, you know, hockey, you can debate who the greatest player is of all time. I just think when you play now and you're in this era of professional sports, that's where you really are the best. Everybody's faster. Everybody's stronger. Everybody's getting faster. Everybody's getting stronger. Look how many people have gotten to be really, really fast at the wide receiver position since Tyreek Hill, and he's only been around 9 years. And that position has changed. The science that we have, the information that we have right now, all of the stuff that we have today is superior to anything any of these old guys ever played with. And so that's why I look now, because I don't believe, and I shouldn't make a blanket statement, but I'm going to, I don't believe any athlete from the 60s, if you took them in their prime and put them in the game today, I don't know how competitive they would be against the athletes that are out there today. So
without today's training or
yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
Bill Russell would have hung around today's NBA. He's like 7'3".
Yeah, but how good would he have been? I mean, we don't have the
Stud.
7-footers that much anymore in the NBA. You know, the
still would've
center.
been good,
Oh yeah, he would have been good.
Kevin Durant, 7 foot.
Yep.
Lucas, 6'10",
Like
6'11"?
6'7", 6'8". There's a lot of. Are you asking how many 7-footers
Yeah,
there are?
like there's not the big center, you know. I mean, that era is. I mean, it's actually coming back. I think a little bit more now than it was for the last decade or so, where the center was kind of taken out of the game. Right? It was more of a fast-paced shoot the three type of game, and now you get the big man back in because it's easier to make a bunch of twos than it is to line up and hit a bunch of threes.
balls.
Yeah, we need more balls. Bowl.
Yeah.
Bowl.
I like
yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
Bull Bulls is the second rotation in the garage.
But I also think that when you play today, you got more information. You're sure. Like there were no scouting reports back then or anything. We knew what they were doing. You just kind of went out there and played the game. Now it's so intricate. And Shohei Ohtani, look, he's not a gimmick. He's not a hitter that can pitch every 17th day out of the bullpen. He's a Cy Young Award candidate. He's an MVP candidate. That's why, for me, he's the greatest baseball player that's ever lived.
Yeah, So he came in the league in 2018, right? And then obviously 2020, there's a shortened year due to the pandemic. I don't know. I also don't think there is a greatest of all time in baseball, if that makes sense.
But is there really a greatest of all time, though, in any sport? Because I was thinking about this.
Tom Brady is in football.
Well,
Michael Jordan is in basketball. Wayne Gretzky is in hockey.
Yeah, but you can make the case there's a whole defensive side of the football.
But at the end of the day, at the percentage of those guys' names being considered the GOAT, it will be, I believe, 80% percentile.
But there we go again, though, with the NFL, where anything that's considered like greatest all-time MVP, we always have to go back to the quarterback on that kind of stuff.
It's the most important position in sports.
It is, but just because you were the best quarterback doesn't make you the greatest player of all time. I don't know who the greatest NFL player of all time is. I mean, I would love to see guys who have covered this league for a very long time, some of the old school dudes and broadcasters and whatnot, kind of have that conversation of the greatest of all time. I think people will kind of say Tom Brady initially, then they'll probably work in Joe Montana. I think you could work in Lawrence Taylor, into that equation. There were so many game changers over the. I mean, Patrick Mahomes can make a case for the greatest of all time. I mean,
for sure. But like the reason I think the quarterback is because they touch the ball every play. The game is dictated through them.
Yeah.
Like look at teams in football. The bad teams are bad because of why?
No quarterback.
And the good
you're
teams
right. Yeah.
So that's why. Whereas in baseball, like I firmly believe, this is just me talking. This is not bias. I believe that Bobby Witt Jr. is a better baseball player than Shohei Ohtani. He plays better defense. He has better speed. He has the power, not the power Ohtani has, but he has all the tools. Whereas Ohtani, yes, he pitches, right? And this was the first year where he kind of didn't pitch the full season. Ohtani is great. Ohtani is fantastic. But if I was starting a franchise today, gun to my head, and I'd never been in Kansas City media, I would take Bobby Witt Jr. with the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, I would take Shohei Ohtani, and I wouldn't think twice. He does both things for you.
And he's 30. He'll be 31 next year. Bobby Witt Jr. is 25.
Yeah, in baseball, it doesn't matter as much with the 30 as it does in the NFL. You look at guys in their 30s.
Well, and not just not a position player.
Depends on how you pitch.
And we're seeing the injury happen this year to Ohtani.
Last year. And so he's bounced. No, I'm taking Shohei Ohtani 20 times over 20 over Bobby Witt Jr. The guy's a Cy Young Award winner and an MVP. And you have one guy that gets you a Cy Young Award and an MVP, can play outfield, can pitch, can hit, and do all that. There's nobody that's done it better in Major League Baseball. But he's a Cy Young caliber pitcher. He's not a gimmick pitcher. He's not, we're going to roll you out on a Sunday afternoon. There's nobody better in the history of baseball, in my opinion, than Shohei Ohtani. And I'm taking Shohei Ohtani every single day because he can do both things for me and fill 2 roster spots with one guy. And when you're going to pay somebody that money, you're essentially getting 2 players for his salary,
you're paying a DH. Paying a DH and a guy that pitches every 5th day, whereas Bobby Witt Jr. plays 162 games a year, plays shortstop, and hits like insanely well in every sort of category.
Yeah, the pitching is what matters though in the postseason. That's why I'm paying Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, he's the guy. I'm not backing down. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player.
No,
I'm just saying
he's just
Shohei,
not the greatest baseball player of all time.
Well,
he's literally played Okay, so he's played 8 seasons. He's considered the greatest of all time.
Where he's trending right now? Yeah, absolutely.
So then Mahomes is the greatest football player.
I think you could start to make the case for that if you wanted to.
You're saying Ohtani is in 8 seasons, so then Mahomes should be considered the greatest of all time.
Well, no, I'm not ready to crown Patrick Mahomes yet. He still needs to get a couple of more rings, and Patrick doesn't play defense. Shohei Ohtani is a two-way player and a dominant two-way player. Nobody else in baseball or sports has done that. We're watching a two-way player in the NFL right now, in Travis Hunter, right? I know he's a rookie and all of that kind of stuff. But we're watching a two-way player in the NFL be irrelevant on both sides of the ball. That was the number 2 overall pick. We're watching Shohei Ohtani be a master and a genius and a big-time player in the postseason on both sides of the ball. He hits, he pitches. Nobody else in sports does that. That's what gives Shohei Ohtani the leg up on everybody else, is that he does something that literally nobody else in sports does, and that's dominate as a two-way player.
So you'd say that if he retired today, you'd still say that? Or
I would. I mean, again, I've not seen anything like this in my lifetime or prior lifetimes, right? Like, no one has, right? I mean, you go back to Babe Ruth. That's really the only guy you go back to. I wish baseball was different. Like, I wish we let our pitchers hit. I wish we had that opportunity, because when you play baseball your whole life, the best athlete's the pitcher, the shortstop. He's the same guy, and he's the best hitter as well. And then we get to the big leagues or professional baseball, and then all of a sudden we don't worry about the pitcher hitting anymore. I'd love to see it. Like, I'd like to see Jack Caglione pitch too and see if he could be that two-way player, right? You got to make yourself more valuable and whatnot. But baseball doesn't lend itself to that for obvious reasons. That's why Shohei Ohtani stands out. And again, when you're doing it and it's not a gimmick and you're dominating, that's where you really take it to the next level. It's not like, Bartolo Colon hitting a home run. That was kind of a gimmick. Or, the position player coming in and pitching a little bit like that Brett Phillips guy. That was a gimmick. Shohei Ohtani is not a gimmick. He is a dominating performer on both sides of the ball.
Sports Talk on 96.5 The Fan, presented by Paramount Plus. Sylvester Stallone is back with an original hit series, Tulsa King. This season, Dwight faces his most dangerous adversities, yet forcing him to fight for everything he's built to protect his empire. Stream the new season of Tulsa King. It is on Sundays in September. It started on September 21st. You can get back into it and catch up exclusively on Paramount Plus. Coming up next, there's a big problem in the NFL. It involves one player and also the media. Both can be wrong. As well, we'll explain. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, over in the state of Missouri, you can play on the Underdog app right now. That's right. Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And you can select entries and win money right now in Missouri. That's right. Right now, today. You don't have to wait in the state of Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. And once you get those entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Tonight's a big night. You got the NFL going on, and you got the baseball playoffs. You can do what I do. Combine selections from each sport into one entry and see what you can do. So download the Underdog app today and sign up with promo code BOB to secure $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code BOB. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
This fall, refresh your home with a special offer from Westlake Ace Hardware. Enjoy $10 off bin interior paint gallons, October 1st through 31st. With an easy-to-apply, easy-to-maintain formula, Bin Interior offers an introduction into the beauty and durability of Benjamin Moore Premium Paint. Hurry into Westlake Ace Hardware for this limited-time savings and keep your spaces looking beautiful for years to come. Offer valid in-store only, so visit Westlake Ace Hardware today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
I'm Bob Burke,
founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Lee Summit, US 50 westbound sluggish from 291 south up to 470. A brief slowdown at Belton, 49 northbound at Missouri 58. And then 71 northbound. It's off again on again slow from 87th up towards Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
From the 816, can we hear Dusty trying to defend Bobby Witt Jr.'s stats compared to Ohtani, including pitching, since stats don't lie to him? I could just start from the top. My argument was that Shohei Ohtani is a DH. Bobby Witt Jr. is a 5-tool player. Shohei Ohtani is not a 5-tool player. Again, opinions are opinions. If I had a draft based on age and the athlete itself, I'm taking Bobby Witt Jr., the number 1 overall pick.
And I am really surprised, quite honestly, that more of these owners in baseball haven't pushed for guys to be more like Shohei Ohtani because they're so cheap and don't want to pay anybody. You know, like they go out there, hey, can you do both sides of the ball? That way we can pay you one salary and get 2 players out of the deal. Like, I am really shocked we haven't seen more of that happen in Major League Baseball, more of a push for that in Major League Baseball.
Right. So yesterday, I don't know if it was I guess it was a main story, right? Because we were on the air talking about the AFC North and all the quarterbacks that are going to start this week in the AFC North. It's manhandled by Aaron Rodgers at 41 in Pittsburgh, who's on a bye, so they're not playing.
They're not playing, no.
Jake Browning, who's going to – Zach Taylor's just, Jake Browning is the Titanic. Zach Taylor is the captain of that ship. He's just going to go down. I think he said he's going to stick with his guy.
He said he really the lies.
Sure,
Oh, I really trust and believe. And going forward with Jake Brown, you got to say that, man. It's September. You had no choice but to say that.
Jake Browning's in Cincinnati. Then you go to Baltimore. It could be Cooper Rush because Lamar Jackson was not a practice participant yesterday. Obviously, it is Wednesday. Today is Thursday. More will be telling the rest of the week. And
we'll
then,
talk about that weird situation today.
Right.
That is a bizarre situation.
Sounds like a little bit of saving face to me.
I think so
situation.
too. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Andrew.
But then again, if it's not, John Harbaugh could literally tell.
Bob, that's really none of your business.
So
that's true.
You look at that sort of stuff, and then there is the comments yesterday about everybody that had a take on this, which was the Shedeur Sanders thing. Right. And I thought what was interesting about that is that you had multiple people on different platforms from all over continuing to talk about this, right? And I think it's interesting when you look at what's going on because Rex Ryan yesterday or 2 days ago, I think it was, or a few days ago, I don't know. He was on First Take and he was talking about Shedeur Sanders.
I think he's a Monday guest.
Is that what it is? Monday?
I think he is.
So they had him on and he basically was like, you need to get your ass in the front of the row. You need to stop talking. You need to, do this. You got talent. You just need to shut your mouth and learn. Essentially, those were the words. And I think that when you look at that sort of situation and hear that, and then you hear the announcement that Dylan Gabriel is going to be the starter in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So what do the smart media members do? They rush to Shedeur's locker. And they ask him what he thinks about Dylan Gabriel, his teammate, being promoted to the starting quarterback. Shedeur Sanders responds by pantomiming his response by just wording things with his mouth, not saying anything.
Right.
So what does everybody do? They gravitate to the outlandish behavior. They go towards Shedeur Sanders and they say, this kid is out of control. This kid is just not good right now. Like he's doing all these things that are bad. And I think, in my personal opinion, there are two sides to blame here. I think that Shedeur set himself up for failure with the way that he carried himself in college, the way he carried himself from the draft. I am not giving him any excuses for that. You built this fake empire that you were this guy. Yes, your dad is promoting you. We know who Deion Sanders is. We know that Deion Sanders is, flamboyantly loud. He's colorful. He's all these things. He's prime. He's also a dad.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to promote your kids.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
You didn't give a rip about tennis 5 years ago. By God, you're in Bonner Springs watching tennis, and it's the greatest night of your life.
Yeah.
And that's what dads do.
Right.
And I do think there is a lot of blame on Shedeur Sanders' camp in this whole thing because this is your bed, kid. You made it. I say kid, he's 23 years old.
He's a kid.
We were all dumbasses at 23.
We're all dumbasses till you're about 30. You really are. And then most of us are dumbasses after. But
I think that he has not done himself any favors. Nope. But I also think that he's kind of now put himself in a lose-lose situation, which to me is one of the worst-case scenarios you could ever put yourself in. I also blame media because how many third-string quarterbacks can you name in the NFL?
Well, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
And not only that,
who's the third string for the Chiefs?
It was Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, right. I couldn't tell you who the third string quarterback is here in Kansas City.
But I'm sure that text line knows exactly.
Well, good for them.
But you don't know the third string in Jacksonville.
No,
you don't know who's behind Carson Wentz.
You know
Minnesota.
the third string in New York because it's Jameis Winston.
Right, because of who he is.
Right.
Now again.
Or maybe it's Russell Wilson.
I also think people like Rex Ryan are to blame for the situation that is building in football around Shedeur. Like, I could care less about what happens in Cleveland. I'm just doing a job as a sports radio host and talking about topics that are moving the needle in sports on Thursday. Right. And this is clearly definitely one of them.
Oh, it's a needle mover, yeah.
There are people in the media that it's like, I ask the question, why do you care? And people will say this on the text, and I guarantee then why do you care? Why are you talking about it? Because there's two different issues here. It's not why do I don't care if Shedeur Sanders starts or plays. I don't care if he's the backup pantomiming or whatever. But he did that because Rex Ryan took a jab at trying to say, like, cross your arms, shut your mouth, and sit in the front row and don't. First off, you're not my coach. Mm-hmm. You're not my father. You're not my boss. You're not God. But, like, that's what I don't understand. Like, Rex Ryan doesn't need to say that. Like, why do you care so much, Rex? Well, and then you ask why he does this. He's taking a shot at Rex Ryan, which then we go back to the other side. Two wrongs do not make a right. How many times have you told that to your kids in life? Yeah. Like, if that's the case, and, like, or just, like, do what Marshawn Lynch did. I'm here so I don't get fined. Hey, what do you think about Dylan Gabriel getting the job? Why don't you ask him? He's right over there. His locker room's over there. And ask Dylan Gabriel.
I'll just say this. It is, at the end of the day, an ultimate failure on the part of the Browns PR staff, though. Shedeur Sanders should not be in an open locker room. Like you can control that. When was the last time you saw the Chiefs' third-string quarterback parade around the locker room? Like, even when Patrick Mahomes was the backup, he was not available for interviews. And if he was in there, he would always say, hey, man, it's not my team. You go talk to Alex Smith. So the PR team for the Cleveland Browns, major fail on their side of things to allow Shedeur Sanders to be in that open locker room. The third-string quarterback should not be being talked to anybody, because every time that somebody talks to this guy, there's a story about Shedeur Sanders, right? So they need to do a better job of keeping the second-string quarterback and the third-string quarterback. You're not part part of the team. We're going to talk to the quarterback. We'll talk to the people who are on the team right now.
We'll also go talk to the guy that got promoted.
Well, that's exactly right.
And they did.
Right, yeah.
And they did.
They did. And look, I've been in locker rooms. You've been in
But
locker
what'd you
rooms.
see more of yesterday?
Shador, I have no idea
Saw a
what
lot of
Dylan
Dylan Gabriel, too, personally.
I
did. I mean, I saw more Shador. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
saw more of the Shador thing.
I couldn't.
I'm just saying
I couldn't
they
pick.
did speak to Gabriel,
but I
didn't
couldn't
say
pick
they didn't.
Dylan Gabriel out of a lineup, right? But if
Yeah,
Dylan
you could, he would go like this.
Yeah. Oh, there's a short guy over there. But also, too, like, when I was raised covering the NFL, man, I had a lot of good adults that I could look up to that were in this league. Dick Vermeil, Carl Peterson. Like, there were, like, Trent Green. There were guys in this league that when you went into that locker room as a 23, 24-year-old kid, you're like, I'm among some of the legends here of this. Tony Gonzalez, obviously, at that point in time, Priest Holmes. And all of those guys always talked about the privilege that it is to play in the NFL. And Carl and Vermeil were really big on this. It's not your right to play in the NFL. It is a privilege to play in the National Football League. And right now, Deion Sanders' son, Shador, is acting immature, ignorant, and he's a distraction. He's the third quarterback on the roster. We should not hear from the third quarterback or the backup quarterback for any football team. And so Rex Ryan did what he did, but at the end of the day, he's paid to do that. Rex is paid to have a hot take. And everybody, he may have made that on Monday, maybe Tuesday. It's later in the week. We're still talking about it. Like, Rex Ryan moves the needle for ESPN. There's no question about that. So he's paid to give his opinions. I like his opinion, even if we may not agree with it. At least it's an opinion. At least it's a take. At least it's not something that, like Ryan Clark or, somebody like that, or Orlovsky. Rex Ryan has an opinion. And Shador Sanders, if you're going to be a quarterback in this league, you can't be responding to the media. You can't be doing that kind of stuff. I just think Shador Sanders is one of those guys, and we've all seen him. He was a silver spooner growing up his entire life, right? His dad took care of everything for him. He never really had to be a quote-unquote adult in the real world. And when you get there for the first time and dad's not there to pick up the mess and clean up everything for you, you don't know how to act. Shador Sanders needs to grow up. He needs to mature. He needs to act like an adult if he's going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Because if you're going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, you're in charge of that entire organization. Shador doesn't seem ready to be that guy quite yet.
He could be playing this week.
I know. I'd love to see him play.
For the Browns or for the Baltimore Ravens, who he said no to. He said, no, I don't want to go play behind a two-time MVP and one of the best coaches in the NFL and learn.
Right.
And go take in information. No, I want to be the starter, and I'm just going to go be an immature D-bag and work my way to the top. I'm glad the Browns are at least standing their ground here and not giving in and saying, you know what, everyone wants Shador Sanders. All right, let's go put him in. Like, if he hasn't earned it, he hasn't earned it.
Right.
He could have said yesterday, hey, man, way to go, Dylan Gabriel. Really excited to back him up and be there for him. We're in the film room. We're working hard. Like, then you're right. I still would have heard more about Shador Sanders, but it would have been a positive connotation.
Right. Yes.
He's the one driving the narrative still in my mind.
I agree with you. Yeah. The media says stuff all the time. You don't respond. You don't. You cannot respond. Or if you really have a problem with it, call that guy and say,
now
hey,
he
man.
can't win. Now, if he doesn't respond or he's like, I have no comment on that, they're going to be like, all right, Shador's a coward. Now he's just not talking.
I don't think that's the case. Okay. I don't know. I think if somebody does that, then they're out of touch. I really do. Like, it's the third string quarterback on an NFL team. The league.
Fifth round draft pick.
Yeah, fifth round draft pick as well. A third round quarterback that was picked in the fifth round. There's no reason that guy needs to be an open mic night.
Yeah, he was a fifth-round draft pick because of himself, too, though, right?
Yeah.
This is not the normal fifth-round draft pick,
right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he did it to himself. Like, everything that's happening with Shador Sanders right now, it has shown that fifth-round pick has not humbled him at all. It has not changed his mindset of who he needs to be and how he needs to go about his business. You would have thought being talked about as a first-round pick and then falling to the fifth round to Cleveland would have straightened him up. That would have been the scared straight program. He's continued to be that same type of guy that's getting the headlines for all the wrong reasons. When was the last time you saw an athlete do mime?
Yeah, what? Weird.
I mean, it's stupid.
Dude,
it's immature.
Mimes don't talk. They do when they're having sex. Shout out Saving Silverman, Jack Black, and Steve Zahn. And Jason Biggs. And I forget what that
Whatever
girl.
happened to that guy? Is he still around?
You should look it up. He got into alcohol and drugs.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Dang.
He's sober now, though, but he did sit down, I believe. But yeah, he got, after the American Pie 2 movie, I believe, Jason Biggs was like, I am him. I am Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he thought he was.
I don't think he just.
Okay.
He just.
Because I was just reading something about James Gandolfini this morning, and he never did late night TV. and Letterman and all that, because he never wanted to get that character ruined and changed, and for people to think that it wasn't really real. Like, he didn't want to go outside of that realm. I thought that was kind of bizarre. And then when you said that about him, like, oh no, he's channeling his character from American Pie. Oh no.
No, I don't know how many people actually. I know we're going to a break, but I know there's a Bond character. He only did one movie. It was George Lazenby. He did. On Her Majesty's Secret Services.
He played James Bond. I never heard of that guy's name.
I can give you a great story of this guy. Yeah, George Lazenby, or some people say Lazenby. He actually fooled the Broccoli family who did the Bond movies because he created a fake Collateral, and he went in there with headshots. He goes, hey, I've only got 3 hours for this interview because I've got a couple of movies lined up, but I want to give you my respects because of this.
Love it.
Had no movies. Bonds were panicking because this was between Connery and Roger Moore. They had no Bond. Connery was done. And so they're like, all right, call that guy back. He fits the script. He's English. He's good looking. Let's just call Lazenby. They gave him the role. It's normally a 3-year contract that you get for Bond movies. Lazenby did the movie and then went around and said, I am James Bond. Ordered all shaken, not stirred martinis. Didn't pay for drinks. And
in real life.
In real life.
Oh, God.
Can't pay. Can't pay.
Yeah,
He's
screw
done.
you. That's like,
Insert
I am guy.
Roger Moore. And then all the terrible
Wow.
Bond movies began. Again, you're either Connery or Roger Moore in this case.
Oh, my God. I had no idea. That's a
George
great
Lazenby.
story. That's
On Her Majesty's
fantastic.
Secret Service, the only movie in which James Bond gets married.
Really?
Yeah. And then Blofeld kills her at the end.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Get into Bond with me, man, whenever you want. I have the hardest debate you could ever have with me is, who would you rather be, Indiana Jones or James Bond? I don't know the answer to that
I think it's
question.
James Bond because you didn't
You
have to
think
have
that-
a big boulder chase you, and you had beautiful women for James Bond and like
You got
little
beautiful
lasers
women-
out of your cufflinks.
You got beautiful women when you're Indy.
Yeah.
You
I
got
think-
Elsa the German.
Yeah, but
All
James
I have
Bond,
to do
man.
is squeeze. All I have to do is scream.
Yeah,
Fair
but
point.
James Bond, man. I
know
that dude.
I get it. I don't know the answer.
It ain't Rocky.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely not. I think I'd rather be Muhammad Ali. Coming up on the other side, we get to the Chiefs and what they have to do to beat the Lions is not the Lions, but I think that's what they have to do to get over this fake narrative the Chiefs continuing to have every single season here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in, that hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom. And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So, if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a pro football no sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right. With a no sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound, a little slow over past 75th Street. Earlier accident at Johnson Drive has cleared, and once you get up to Antioch, maybe a slowdown heading into the 635 interchange, then past that, no delays into downtown. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Wildcat fans, this is Wyatt Thompson. Tune in all season long to the play-by-play of the 2025 football season, right here on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Moving along, 7 o'clock hour as we approach the Thursday night slate, which is, in my opinion,
baseball
wins over the NFL today.
Yep.
I mean, literally, every game standalone by itself is better than this product we are going to see tonight.
And every game is an elimination game.
Right.
Should stand alone against any regular season game.
Cleveland, Detroit, right? I know a lot of people outside like the Midwest or the Central probably don't care, but you should because of what the storyline that was the catastrophic failure.
Yep.
Right? Then,
and if Detroit wins the series, nobody's talking about the catastrophic failure anymore.
No.
They advanced, they moved on, they did what they needed to do.
Then you have a conversation that if the Padres lose to the Cubs, there's going to be some conversations in the hallway in San Diego because they put a lot of money in their team, but they're not the Dodgers. They're essentially the Boston Red Sox of the National League, right? Everyone hates the Yankees. Well, Boston does the exact same thing the Yankees do.
They do, yeah.
Everyone hates the Dodgers. Well, the Padres do a lot of what the Dodgers do.
The difference is the Padres are fun. You know, like they're a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you have fun like you do watching the Padres with the Dodgers or with the Yankees. They're a business-like operation, right? The Padres know how to have fun. They got Freddie Fermin now, who adds to that.
But also,
for us.
you take let's take Tatis, right?
Yeah.
If he's a Dodger,
you hate him,
right?
Yeah, you absolutely. But he's not. He's a Padre. He's fun. It's crazy how that works, right?
And then you go to the main stage tonight, which I mean, you got to think every eye in baseball is just ready for 5:08 Central Time, 6:08 Eastern Time, 3:08 West
3:08 West Coast time.
I know that I'm hard.
So,
wow, we got baseball at 10 a.m.?
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
right. So again, like tonight, I think baseball definitely is the main focus. But there is some focus to be had on this game on Monday.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. This is, you use this phrase a lot, not your daddy or your grandpa's fill in the blank team, right? You used that with Baltimore's defense last week.
Yeah.
This is not your father's Jaguars, right? This is a team that had a rebuild in their organization from head coach, who maybe has Trevor Lawrence playing better than he's played.
So far, so good.
And maybe he's going to get better. Maybe we've seen the peak of Trevor Lawrence. We don't know. But we do know this. The number one turnover rate in football belongs to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And there's one thing that we do know. The Chiefs don't really turn the ball over.
Right.
So advantage maybe Kansas City.
I would think so.
Right?
Yes.
But the thing that I get more and more annoyed about every single week that seems to go through with Kansas City is the same message, but it's scrabbled up differently, right? So let's take the most relevant case here. Last week, Baltimore Ravens, correct? Chiefs Ravens. What was the line on that game?
2.5 Baltimore.
What was that
favorites.
line at 2:35 Central Time PM on that game?
1 hour before kickoff,
Yeah.
2.5 Ravens.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wait, because an hour, 90 minutes is when they put out the. So everybody knew who was inactive, and the Ravens were still a favorite.
2.5 point favorite, right? Everyone on ESPN, we saw the graphics on TV, we saw them on X, all these sort of things. It was like one or two people had the Chiefs, and everybody else had the Ravens.
That's right.
Am I wrong about that?
No, everybody had the Ravens in this game.
Chiefs win 37-20.
Right.
What's the narrative?
Well, they beat a wounded Ravens team. Everybody knew they were hurt.
Right.
They weren't that good. You know what? Everybody did know that, and everybody still picked the Ravens to win that football game.
And then the other thing that I will say is that here's Jacksonville. And I brought up the defense and the turnovers and all that for them because of what everybody's talking about, right? Liam Cohen's got this team at 3-1. Liam Cohen's so hopped up right now, he wanted to fight Robert Saleh. Liam Cohen's this guy telling Trevor Lawrence to play with heart. Trevor Lawrence telling him to shut up, but yet they're on the same page now.
Right.
They're a better team in the South. They might compete with the Colts for the winner of that division. Maybe. Travis Etienne looks like he's reborn in the NFL as a running back. Brian Thomas, they're doing this without Brian Thomas Jr.
And they're doing it out with their number one pick, too. I mean, their
let's
number
go
one
look and
pick.
see who Jacksonville's played.
Yeah, nobody.
San Francisco was completely dismantled. Not talking about it.
No.
Right? Now, all of a sudden, if the Chiefs go play Jacksonville on Monday Night Football, and I'm going to give you two scenarios, I want you to tell me what the message would be. They go into Jacksonville and they win 17-14. What's the message?
Oh, the Chiefs aren't back. They just beat a bad Baltimore team and a bad Giant team. They escaped a bad Jacksonville team, but they're not a good team. They're going to drop in the power rankings this week. We just need to see more. It was a fraudulent performance against the Ravens because of injury.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. See, I could work at ESPN, right?
Okay. Chiefs win 42-10.
Oh, they beat the Jacksonville team. They're no good.
Exactly.
It's Jacksonville. It's new coach. They're still trying to find their way. We don't have anything out of Travis Hunter yet. Liam Cohen is overmatched by Andy Reid.
This is the team that lost to Jake Browning.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
You can't win.
It doesn't matter. You're right. Whatever the Chiefs do on Monday night, it is a no-win situation.
But you know what? That's over in 2 weeks. Because they get Detroit, Washington, or they get Detroit,
the Raiders,
Washington, Buffalo.
Yeah, it's a hell of a stretch.
What happens if they beat Detroit by 14? Then finally, I think it
well,
glides down. It'll set in.
I don't think there's a narrative that you can take.
And I don't think they will beat Detroit by 14. But I'm saying if they do, will we finally get...
If they beat Detroit by 14, the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL because that is a blowout in the NFL, especially against a team. You're not blowing out a banged-up Ravens team.
And this text proves my point exactly of what the narrative is for Jacksonville right now. Consider who the Jags have played, though. The Panthers, the Bengals, the Texans, and the Niners.
Yeah.
Correct. They played a backup, and they played Matt Jones. They played Joe Burrow / Jake Browning.
Yeah, Joe Burrow was out in the first quarter of that game.
So they played Jake Browning, Bryce Young, and C.J. Stroud, who ain't got it this year. At least until this last week where he finally figured out in the third quarter when it was 6-0.
Well, they just traded the rest of his offensive line.
Yeah, that's like the worst offense in football.
But again, what people are saying is the Chiefs beat a beat-up Ravens team, even though they hung 37, and the player of the week in the AFC was the quarterback. Patrick Mahomes called it Monday. Not hard when you throw 4 touchdowns at 270. Pretty easy call there. And then not only that, now everybody's saying, well, Jacksonville, they get a lot of turnovers. They sack the quarterback. They get after him. And if the Chiefs win this game 35-0, like you always say, it'll be, well, look at who the Jaguars play.
Right, of course.
Look at all that. Like, the Chiefs can't win unless they win against the best, which is fine for me. But again, we're going to see this happen again and again until they play somebody like Detroit or Washington or the Bills.
Well, I mean, it's just the narrative of people are tired of the Kansas City Chiefs. So instead of embracing what they're doing and looking at it and going, oh, this is unique, this is rare, Gary Myers didn't think it was a dynasty, and however you want to title it, what this team is doing is different than what anybody else has done in the NFL that we're familiar with, right? They've gone to all these AFC championship games. They've gone to all of these Super Bowls. Everybody wants this team to fail at the national level because they're ready for the new guard to take over. Well, the new guard isn't ready to take over quite yet. I can make the same case for Buffalo. Everybody is loving up the Buffalo Bills and how good they are. Their opponents are 1-12. Nobody is talking about that at the national level, where Buffalo has basically been gifted a cakewalk for the first 4 games of their season. And they still had to go out there and score 40-plus points in games to get a win. Like, Buffalo's defense right now should be one of the bigger storylines in the NFL. Baltimore, you gave up 40-some points to, right? They haven't been great on the defensive side of the football, but everybody loves Josh Allen. They want Josh Allen to take over, and so they skew the narrative. I mean, this is exactly what it is, no matter what level of media you're in, and I'm talking television media because they're the ones who skew the message for everything. You have certain, biases, and I think the bias right now at the big networks that control, what people think and whatnot, they want the Chiefs out. They want Josh Allen in. And the Chiefs are like, screw you. We're not ready to go out the door yet. We're not ready to let Josh Allen in yet. And so they're going to continue to minimize everything that Kansas City's doing, even though everybody damn well knows, no matter who's on the field for an NFL team, it is effing hard to win a National Football League game.
Chiefs, 2 wins or 2 losses. How do you see them?
2 losses. The 2 wins that they had were over the New York Giants and the decimated Baltimore Ravens. Not that impressive to me, whereas the losses were versus the Chargers and the Eagles. I think there are big-time issues with this Chiefs team, and I'm looking more at the losses than I am the wins.
Yeah, I see it the same way, in large part because the Chiefs' offense is one-dimensional. They can't run the football. There is no balance.
That's cute. We'll see what Ben Maller has to say about those Chiefs as well as he joins us on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, you want to feel better? Come see us. That's right. Come see us and look beyond that traditional medicine. That's why QC Kinetics is so successful. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast and all natural with no downtime. So if your back and your knees or your shoulder hurt all the time, you need to explore all of your options. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices, because that's not the case. Call QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. Call now to get scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. It's QC Kinetics.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th,
you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days October 7th and 8th.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this pro football season unforgettable. Shoot your shot with same-game parlays, call your plays like a pro with live betting, or bet on a market you didn't know existed thanks to BetMGM Originals. You'll be on the edge of your seat from the very first snap, no matter what type of fan you are. Earn BetMGM rewards points on every bet. Take advantage of football offers found nowhere else, like a second chance on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for the ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Specific promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to Missouri. On December 1st, you'll finally be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. You can bet everything from the money line to over-unders to which team will win it all. You'll be able to build parlays, bet player props, or even ride the live line. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Plus, with live betting, you can pick which player will score the next touchdown or the touchdown after that. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back. On December 1st, you'll be able to see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Oak Grove into Great Valley, 70 westbound is a little slow approaching the Buckner exit with construction set up into there. Past that, things move pretty well till you get to around Nolan, then just a little sluggish. And then no delays into downtown. 71 northbound, still rolling from 87th up towards Gregory and slowing again as you cross over into the downtown loop. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan. It's brought to you by The Landing in Liberty. And Ben, we're back, baby. We're back. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, hey, it does help when the opponent implodes. That's always a good thing. But no, the Chiefs look great. Got a little swagger back, which is nice. And now they have another island game, not until Monday, obviously against Jacksonville. So it's certainly looking a lot better today than it was a couple weeks ago when it was like they suck. It's over. They're not gonna win anything ever again and all that stuff. So it was a nice weekend, a nice mini revival, and as an added bonus, it does look like the Baltimore Ravens are completely unraveling. Which is supposedly one of the teams are going to have to, we thought at the beginning of the year, you look at the upper echelon of the AFC, we thought, well, Cincinnati's going to be good, Baltimore's going to be good. Right now, as we talk here heading into week 5, no. Neither one of them is that good. So those are two heavyweight teams, supposedly. Certainly the Ravens, who are not there. You know, this really opens things up for those Pittsburgh. Like, Pittsburgh is set up yet again in that division. So, but the Chiefs, big picture in the AFC. Chargers also lost to the Giants, which helps out the Chiefs immensely. Like, that's a bad loss for the Chargers, so that helps the Chiefs out. So things are definitely trading the right direction, obviously.
Yeah, and the Chargers are getting injured. Teams around the league are losing quarterbacks, and the Chiefs are getting healthy. It's amazing what Xavier Worthy did. It makes you wonder, man, once they get Rashee Rice back, how good this offense can be.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and the Chargers with their injury, like Joe Alt's the big one, right? That tackle, Mr. Plug and Play, and he's out. That's going to screw things up for them. So, yeah, it's like ships passing that. Now, the big test, to me, I think Jacksonville is actually going to be a tough game for the Chiefs. I don't think that's going to be a rollover game for the Chiefs. Jacksonville is not a good team, but they don't suck. They're somewhere in the middle, and they actually have some pretty good defensive numbers in Jacksonville. So we'll see what happens in that one. But the Chiefs have their guys, which it appears they're getting. They have them back, and they're getting more back. So they should be in good shape for that one.
Speaking of guys or teams that don't have their guys, tonight your Rams take on the San Francisco 49ers, and it's going to seem all too familiar with Sky Moore, MVS, Demarcus Robinson as the wide receivers 1 through 3 in this game. Ben, I got to think, right? Like, we just put half the mortgage on the Rams tonight in this Thursday night football game?
Well, yeah, Dusty. Although when it looks that easy, though, I usually get burned by that. Yeah, so it looks like, the Rams should win this game. This should be like a 31-10 type game. Like the Rams, the last couple of years, their whole agenda with Sean McVay has been to get more physical, but they really did that to go against the 49ers because the Niners used to kick their tail all the time. And so the Rams, they match up well with them when they're healthy, the 49ers. And you're right, Kittle's not playing, Purdy's not playing. Obviously, Nick Bosa's out for the year. The good news is there's a baseball game going on at the same time. So if the game is as bad as we think it's going to be, the Rams are going to slay the 49ers. You just flip over to watch the Yankees and the Red Sox. That's your jam.
But why do your Dodgers ruin it for everybody? Like, we could have had 4 game 3s tonight.
Yep.
And unfortunately, those freaking Dodgers, man, they ruin everything. Everything the Dodgers do for baseball, they squish it.
Well, you really, Dusty, you should be upset with the Mets. That if the Mets had gotten in, you would have gotten a game 3. And the Cincinnati Reds, the fact that they made the playoffs, if I owned the Mets, I'd fire everyone that team beat out the Mets to get in the playoffs. They've got one guy, Ellie De La Cruz. That's it. And they made it in. And, I've been sparring, Dusty, with my Dodger guys because they're like, oh, the Dodgers are so back. I'm like, no, their bullpen's terrible. You just beat up. You don't celebrate beating up the weakling, which is what Cincinnati is. But it would have been a perfect day. It is tied, though. I'm sure you guys saw the numbers. Tied for the most in baseball history, the most elimination games in one day. 1981 was the last time, a million years ago.
Well, and then that was the strike year, too. So they had like the first half versus the second half season type stuff. So you actually had more playoffs that year. But this is great for baseball. I mean, you've got the Yankees, Red Sox in prime time tonight and Aaron Judge on the stage. I mean, he's hitting 500 in the postseason, yet people still don't think he's doing enough. I think Aaron Judge has more pressure on him than any athlete in the United States of America to win a championship.
Yeah, well, the whole Yankee aura, you've got to win. You're not a real Yankee if you don't win the World Series. You're like a pretend Yankee if you don't win. And he is going to get killed, Bob, because you're not paying. He's hit a lot of singles here these couple games against the Red Sox. They're paying him to hit home runs. So if he's not hitting home runs, they're like, well, we're not paying you to be a slap hitter. We're paying you to hit home runs. And then like all the games, the storylines are wonderful. Like the Padres traded their entire minor league system to get the super pen in San Diego. And if they lose to the Cubs today, holy cannoli, man. They traded all of their minor league players. And then the Detroit Tigers, if they can't beat the worst offensive team in the history of the playoffs, the Cleveland Guardians, what an indictment on that operation in Detroit. So like every one of these has got really juicy storylines. But the big one is obviously, as you said, the Yankees and the Red Sox. And in the past, we would say, well, someone's going to lose their job. If the Yankees lose, I'm done with Aaron Boone. They could lose. Red Sox could win that game 14-0 tonight, and Aaron Boone's going to still have a job. He's got nothing to worry about. Aaron Boone will be there because he's just a middle manager.
When you look at when you look at these baseball playoffs and you think about all these matchups, is it set up for failure or set up for success when you have these sort of games today where there's game three, then obviously there's the lull, there's the day off, and then everything continues on Saturday. Good, yes, because today is awesome. But think about the matchups after today, right? Like, you don't get Yankees, Boston, winner goes to the ALCS. It's just like the winner of this game just goes on, and it's like Seattle, and then it's, those teams in the other rounds. But is this obviously a good with the bad, or am I just kind of, being the old man in the room?
Well, you're such an old guy. You got to be young like me and Bob, Dusty. I don't know what you're doing, this old man boomer radio and all that stuff. No, you're saying it's like NASCAR where they have the Daytona 500 and then no one pays attention for like 3 months or whatever, like in NASCAR racing, something like that. Yeah, we are, but we're heading down a road where we could have Cleveland and Seattle on one side, and then Toronto's obviously going to play the Yankees or the Red Sox and the other. But there is a scenario where you get like the Mariners and the Blue Jays in the ALCS, which, we'll talk about it, but it's not going to get you all, warm and fuzzy watching that. So, yeah, I mean, it's not ideal to have the Red Sox and Yankees play in the first round, but it beats the alternative of one of them missing the playoffs, which would have, that was on the table the way things were going the last month of the year.
Yeah, and you're right about the Mets too, like failing. There's nothing better for me in sports than watching the Mets fail. I just love it. I think because maybe every national, ESPNer and whatnot, they're all Met fans, they're all Jet fans, and to see those stupid people who pick against the Chiefs all the time continue to root for the Mets and Jets, it just makes me smile when the Mets lose. There's nothing better in sports for me, and especially a collapse like they had too.
Yeah, well, it's that whole New York bravado, like they're better than everybody. Every year it's the same thing. Like, you'd think at some point they'd roll it back a little bit and make a hasty retreat, like maybe this is not working out for us. But they hype everything is bigger and better and greater and all that stuff. And then they go out there, and I love the Mets this year. It's so perfect. They talk about the Mets season. When Juan Soto was not living up to what we thought he was, the Mets had the greatest record. They were the top team in the National League, or the second best record. He started getting his stats, and the Mets collapsed. Like there's a direct, if you look at the Venn diagram, there's a direct correlation between Juan Soto getting great, sexy stats and the Mets not winning. And I haven't heard a lot of people bring that up. Like it's rather obvious. Like he started getting great numbers, and they were losing these games. It was wild. But yeah, it's always fun. And in the Mets, there's another example. This is, again, old guys will complain about this, but when I was a kid, if you underachieved as much as the Mets, you fired the manager. They said the guy's coming back. Like, okay, so you're telling me the manager doesn't do anything. When you make that decision, you're saying the manager is just there and he just talks to the beat writers and that's all he does. Fine. Okay, good.
Been moving things along to the NFL for this weekend. I think it's interesting because there's a couple of matchups that really intrigue me. Obviously, being in Kansas City, we're excited for Monday Night Football against Marilyn Manson / Macaulay Culkin at quarterback in Jacksonville. But the two games that really intrigue me this weekend is Denver at Philly and New England at Buffalo, right? Those two games are, to me, the intriguing games because of two different reasons. One, and I'm interested to know what you think about this, because one is New England, right? Like we saw the video last week of Vrabel outside the locker room holding the football like he's getting ready to run 20 yards down the field and shaking every single player's hand, kind of showing everyone, really good job on his part with the media, knowing the camera's right behind his shoulder, kind of showing everybody that there's a new era in New England, that the Patriot way is back. Meanwhile, you have the team that's allowed the fewest points in Denver playing Philadelphia, who's kind of done what the Chiefs did last year, right? They've won by squeaks and cracks and stuff in the system, but they're winning. They're the best team in football. They're winning games. That's what they're supposed to do. But that Denver defense has allowed the fewest points, and that Philadelphia offense is struggling. What game, in your opinion, has more interest in it? New England, Buffalo, or Philadelphia and Denver?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all going to be watching the Patriots and Bills because it's the Sunday night game. But I'm more interested in the Broncos. I saw the Broncos in person against the Chargers last week, and they looked, or 2 weeks ago, I guess now, but they looked really good. They should have won that game. The Broncos, the two games, the Indianapolis game, they screwed up. A bunch of, on the special teams, and then the game with the Chargers. So those would have been wins. And, I don't really care. Like the Monday night game last week, the Bengals didn't show up, so you don't really put any stock into that. But yeah, this should be a loss. I don't think the Broncos are good enough to beat the Eagles. As you said, the Eagles have been doing this weird dance where they've been tiptoeing around landmines in Philadelphia, and this has the trimmings of a loss and a big-time win for the Broncos, which obviously won't help the Chiefs out necessarily because that'll, you look at that down the line. But that's pretty good. And like, I don't think the Patriots are good enough to beat the Bills, but I do think they're good enough to make it a fourth quarter game, which I'm there for it. I want to see the game. Make Josh Allen have to make some plays in the fourth quarter in Buffalo, and let's see him do it in a close game, not another blowout. The Bills actually last week, I thought they underachieved. They did beat the Saints, but that game that should have been a blowout last week. The fact the Saints kind of hung around, I was like, what is that?
All right, Ben, before we let you go, is Lamar hurt? Did Lamar quit? What is your take on Lamar and what's going on in Baltimore?
Well, my boots on the ground in Baltimore, initially everyone was like, well, he just didn't want to get back in because the game was a blowout and all that. But now they're claiming that he is actually hurt. Now, whether he's hurt or hurt, like kind of milking it, we'll see. It's weird because Harbaugh has been very vague about it. I know everyone's vague about injuries in the NFL, but you have to, because of gambling, you have to announce whether these guys are playing or not. And it's just been like tap dancing around it. And so I'm going to go that he is hurt, but it's not like a big-time injury. It's just a minor thing.
Ben, we appreciate the time. Enjoy week 5 of the NFL, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That is Ben Maller, brought to you by the Landing in Liberty.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. Let's do it. One word on a Friday Eve. Got a lot of good sports today, guys.
It's a great day. Your day starts at noon and doesn't end till midnight.
Yes.
I mean, this is a 12-hour sports day. I'm very excited about that. There's no tennis practice, so my older daughter can drive my younger daughter home.
So you're locked in.
I'm having a nice lunch today with 2 former co-workers of mine that used to be here. Two lovely ladies that are retired now. We're going to Nick and Jake's today. See you down there.
Nice. That's a classy joint, Nick and Jake's.
I know,
baby.
for me. And they're like, Nick and Jake's. I'm like, I got to wear a shirt.
I'll do the salmon salad.
But they have a great salmon salad.
Who doesn't, though?
Yeah,
I mean, that hits every time, man.
Red Robin.
Easy, baby.
Yum.
Yum. All right, one word. I got to do it. Let's start with the baseball, right, guys? Let's just do wild card game 3.
It's just
one word.
baseball. You don't have to say the.
Wild card game 3 is outstanding. Yes, it's true. You don't say the MLB. It sounds stupid. The Major League Baseball.
You just say sour cream.
Yeah, you just say sour.
Do you have
cream.
sour cream? You don't say you have the sour cream. I feel attacked. Yeah,
what was the question?
Baseball.
Baseball game 3. Exciting.
Red Sox, Yankees.
Exciting. All game 3s. Exciting, fun. Like, if you're a sports fan, you probably think to yourself, I'm not a big... It's game 7, man. Like, it's game 7. Everything's on the line in 3 baseball games today. It doesn't get much better than that. Elimination games in any sport are epic.
My one word is judge. The singles are cute. The hit/air, it's cute. They don't pay you to hit singles, Aaron. You're in New York. You know this sort of thing. Could you imagine if this game is 2-2, bottom 9, Goldschmidt gets on, Judge steps up, there's a drive, away back, Aaron Judge. I mean, I know that I'm hard. I know that he's got to win a World Series. But by God, this shuts a lot of people up. He hits a game-winning home run to send them on in the playoffs and send Boston losing. It's something different about Boston and New York. So my one word is judge. Let's see it.
How about Shedeur Sanders yesterday pantomiming an interview after Dylan Gabriel named the starter? I would play the audio, but there was none. He just mouthed his answers to the reporters. One word.
Immature. He's too immature to play in the NFL. He's too immature to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. That dude needs to grow up. There should be classes that you can take. Maybe I'll start this,
Maybe he's a Toys R Us kid.
He could be, yeah. But there should be classes you can take on how to act like an adult. Things that you need to do. Like after college, you should have a year class of how to be an adult because This guy needs that kind of class. He's not adult. He's only 23. I get it, but man, you've been around enough now to know you've got to be more mature than that. That's stupid by him.
My one word was just odd. Like, I get it. Like, people say stuff about you and do all this stuff, but like, you can also take the high road. You could also just be like Marshawn Lynch. Not necessarily I'm just here so I don't get fined, but you could also just be like, I support Dylan. I think Dylan's great. I think he's going to do just fine. Do you think you should be the starter? It's not my decision. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, or just don't show up. Like the PR team needs to say, you know what, when we have open locker room, Shador, sorry, you can't go in there till the reporters leave. Because they all gravitate, as they should. They're all going to gravitate, to Shador Sanders. He's the story. He's the needle mover. You and I were kind of talking last night about Jazz Chisholm. And Dusty says, guarantee you he talks to the media. I go, you know what? The media should ignore him. Not only did Jazz Chisholm talk to the media, he did the post-game on-field interview, and then he went to the podium.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so
he was the hero last night. He saved the run at second base and then scored the go-ahead run in the 8th inning.
And there's no denying that, right? There's absolutely no denying that. But if one night you're going to be a guy that looks through his clothes, and then the next night you're doing on-field interviews with, Buster Rhymes or whoever that was, and then you've got, the post-game podium at literally 24 hours after you refuse to speak to the media.
I like the haunted house from I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah, 100%.
We can do whatever we want. We can say whatever the hell we want. Chisholm.
All right, let's go over to Lamar Jackson. We're going to talk about this in 30 minutes or so, just about the weirdness of this situation. He was week to week, or 2 to 3 weeks now. He's week to week. He might play, he won't play, he will play. One word on this Lamar Jackson situation.
Over. And by over, I mean over in Baltimore. This seems like one of those moves where you're like, I'm out. I'm done. A lot of people have been talking about the relationship ending in Baltimore between Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. That's kind of the sense I got.
Yep.
And as much as I love Lamar, I'm really disappointed in Lamar. You're the quarterback of the team. Your team's getting beat. You need to be out there with your team.
Yeah, confusing would be my one word because, again, it's however you want to spin it. Did he quit on his team? Did he really get hurt? Are they saving face and being like, I think we can beat this team without Houston? Can't afford to lose, so that doesn't make sense. Maybe he really is hurt. I don't know. It's just he didn't practice yesterday. We'll see what happens today. Chance he plays Sunday, 70%.
Yeah, I agree with that. 49ers Rams tonight. There's no Brock Purdy. There's no Juwan Jennings. There's no Ricky Pearsall. George Kittle's still not in.
Brandon Ayuk's still out.
Brandon Ayuk's still
Brock
hurt.
Purdy's still out.
Yeah, one word. 49ers Rams.
Closer. Because I do think this game will be closer than it should be. When you think you got it figured out in the NFL, we don't. And so I'm going to look at this one just like the Giants-Saints type of game. No way the Giants should win that game. They did. I'm looking at
Chargers.
this. Chargers, yes. I've looked at the Saints this week. They're closer. I think this game is going to be closer than we think. This is an opportunity for a lot of players out there to get a chance to play that don't normally get an opportunity to play. Let's see what they can do. So I think it's going to be closer than we think.
My one word would be mortgage. Put your mortgage on the Rams. Take the 8.5, or as you said, FanDuel is 7.5.
I love the juxtaposition there.
It's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a boring game. That's why the Dodgers should have not won last night, so we actually get to watch an entertaining elimination game instead of a game that a team has already been eliminated.
Which one? Oh, San Francisco.
Yeah, they're injured, man.
Yeah, they're so injured.
That's a lot of big name injured players.
But that coach in San Francisco is not bad, right?
No,
Kyle
he's good.
Shanahan.
Kyle
What were you
Shanahan's
saying
great.
during the break, Mac? Like him and McVay obviously are friends and whatnot. Kind of a rivalry
Big
for those
rivalry
two.
between those two.
So
I mean, this is a rivalry game.
yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
always look at I go, it should be a lot bigger than it is. I think the game's going to be closer. I do. I think it's going to be one of those close games. And look, LA may pull it out with 4 minutes to go or something like that. But you're going to look at yourself and go, why are they in this game? Why are the 49ers in this game?
Yeah, this is the battle of the whiz kid. No, I'm the better whiz kid.
Right.
No, I'm the better play caller. That whole thing.
Well, there's only one answer. It is Sean McVay. I mean, he's won the Super Bowl.
Is the one word for this game chiefed? A, to be chief to watch it. 2, Sky Moore, MVS, and Marcus Robinson,
All
the
of
wide
that.
receivers for the Niners.
It's crazy.
Like, if you are watching this game, you left the garage. Yeah.
My mom says to try the shrimp and grits at Nick and Jake's.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
One word.
Is your mom going to be there with her friend? I mean, invite them over, too.
Easy.
Hey, as many ladies as I can get around me in the booth, I'm good with it.
Is Jackson Dart's mother going to be there?
Oh, wow. That's, That's a different
Game over,
story.
yeah.
I know I'm old because I'm looking at moms now.
I've always looked at moms.
I've always looked at moms, though. I've always I've always liked older women.
There's a reason why I was called Eddie Haskell around all my friends.
Yeah, my mother-in-law says that about me, too, sometimes. Sometimes you're like Eddie Haskell.
Damn right. They last longer. Coming up next, we get to Smash or Pass, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Nolan, 135th at Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more, online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. We get into Smash or Pass on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home, Kansas City Sports.
Smash.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends, Underdog is available now to play in the state of Missouri. That's right. This second, this moment, this instance, you can play on the Underdog app in the state of Missouri. And with football season in full swing, Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. And to get all your entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. Today is a great day for the Underdog app. You got baseball and football. Do what I do. Combine selections from both sports into one entry and see what you can do. And playing on the Underdog app is so much fun. So download it today and sign up with promo code BOB and score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code BOB. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Today we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this pro football season unforgettable. Shoot your shot with same-game parlays, call your plays like a pro with live betting, or bet on a market you didn't know existed thanks to BetMGM Originals. You'll be on the edge of your seat from the very first snap, no matter what type of fan you are. Earn BetMGM rewards points on every bet. Take advantage of football offers found nowhere else, like a second chance on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for the ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Specific promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
With great deals coming this Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye! Make way for the baron of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the lord of the loaves, Prime Member Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side 435 eastbound, quite heavy as you make your way past Quivira. Just stays very slow over past Metcalf with an accident blocking the left lane. Tow truck on the scene there, so hopefully this clears soon. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
We got to do a big birthday shout out today, Dusty. Big birthday shout out today. Give a little shout out to our friend Gene Watson, who's celebrating today his 51st birthday or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Way to
I
go,
think
Gene.
Yeah, way to go, Gene. 54 years old, getting ready to head down to, guess what? This is what happens when you work in baseball. You continue to scout. They're going to watch somebody in Arizona play baseball today, right?
The grind. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, first of all.
There it is.
There
Andy
it
Reid
is.
sending a happy birthday wish to Gene
Awesome.
Watson today. So, yeah. So, happy birthday, Gene. 52 years, 55, 59, 69. I don't know. Whatever, 9 years old.
Watson, yes!
Yeah, there it is.
It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, first of all.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I wonder what he's going to get for his birthday today. I hope something nice. Yes.
Be a good draft pick.
I hope he gets a nice baseball card for his birthday.
I got a few you could have.
You got a big one yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, some guy named like Goose that played for the Twins.
Never heard of him.
Let me see if I can find his name. I forget what his name is. It was like a.
Is he a rookie?
No, he's from like 1940.
Oh.
Yeah, let's see if I can see it. MLB. Was it still called MLB back then? Goose Goslin.
Goose Goslin, yeah.
Yeah, that's who I got. Lefty, throws right. It's way better than Ohtani. I'm kidding. No, when we come up here, we always do this, so.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
So when you hear that again, you want to be caller number 5. That's what you want to be, caller number 5, and tell Mac that he's awesome. Tell him that he has a great laugh, and that he has really nice hair, because he does. This week, Smasher Path, like every week, Smasher Path is brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu. Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Null and 135th at Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more, online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. So when you hear that cow sounder from Family Guy, you would be caller number 5, and you'd have a chance at a $50 gift card to Booth Creek Wagyu. We start off with Soda Pop. Or do you just call it Pop? Or do you just call it Soda? Soda, right? Yeah, we're soda people. So some new soda flavors are coming out. I know I'm not really a pop guy or a soda guy. There's Dirty Mountain Dew.
This is the new thing now. Not new, but like recent thing. The kids like these dirty sodas, right? And so after school every day is, can we go to Swig or can we go to, wherever that have these.
Yeah, you got money in your account?
Yeah, right, exactly.
$5 drink.
Yes, it's $6 for the two of us when we go, right?
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it really isn't.
for both?
Swig,
Okay.
Swig actually has good prices,
Nice.
quite honestly.
Do you get the boba balls?
No, I don't get it. They did that one time. It looks like fish eggs floating
That's
around
right.
there.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't understand what
Do you
that
chew
is.
on them or you just suck them down?
Do they go through the straw or what? I mean,
Yeah, I
The
think
straw is girthy enough to get it through?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Has to be.
God.
Got to need a girthy straw.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of
But then
sucking
what
to
if
get
you-
those balls up in there, don't you?
So what's the dirty? What is that?
So they just
dirty-
mix all the sodas together.
So Dirty Mountain Dew is Mountain Dew classic flavor with cream soda flavoring.
Okay.
And I understand why they're
smashing
releasing this kind of stuff because they're trying to get you to stop going to Swig and all those places and buy it on the shelves. And so you got to kind of keep up with the trends. But yeah, they all want dirty sodas now. That's all it is. It's like a cup of sugar.
There's also Mug Floats. It's a vanilla howler.
What's a howler?
I have no idea. I'll have to look that
Good.
up.
I'm glad I'm not the old man in the room. The young kid doesn't know. The old man doesn't know. So it must be something that's not popular.
Coca-Cola's doing a creamy vanilla flavored Coca-Cola.
Don't we have that already though with
I think
Coca-Cola?
it was just called Vanilla Coke.
Okay.
Now it's creamy.
Now it's
vanilla.
creamy vanilla. Okay.
You get it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's another Coca-Cola flavor called Cherry Float. That I might mess with.
I might mess with that too because I love a good cherry Coke.
Me too.
I haven't had one in
ice cream,
years.
do a little cherry Coke float.
That one sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
Walter Brimley, and I've got the diabetes.
Good morning. I'm here to talk to you about diabetes.
This one
They
has
have that in the hotkeys still.
This one to me has Bob Fescoe written all over it. Sprite's doing a couple of limited editions. Winter spiced cranberry zero sugar Sprite.
I'm probably going to be out on that one. I feel like I've got it's going to be like a cinnamon flavor probably to it as well. I don't know. I'm going to steer away from that
Your
one.
pinky
I think.
is extended when you drink out of this can, and there's a napkin underneath it.
Like spiced cranberry. It sounds like when people put that potpourri out or something like that, and it's got like cinnamon sticks and holiday spice or cloves and all that kind of stuff. Like
Star anise.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what Walter Pennington brings to the golf course.
Yeah.
When he plays.
Yeah.
I would smash this though personally.
Winter-
I'm a big
but-
Sprite guy.
Would you mix it with anything like tequila?
I was thinking that exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Tequila or vodka.
Also, there's a vanilla frost Sprite.
Smash.
I think I'm a pass on that. You're
Yeah,
all in on
you're
that?
all in on that.
Love Sprite. Love vanilla.
Zero
Bang.
sugar Diet Coke lime.
No.
Hard pass.
Yeah,
I'm not a big
pass.
lime and soda guy.
I don't like Diet Coke.
You know what's
either.
good is lime in your tea.
That's exactly right. 100% unsweetened iced tea with lime. It's the greatest thing you'll ever have.
And then the last one of the sodas is another zero sugar Shirley Temple 7-Up. It's pomegranate and cherry soda.
I'm out on that.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably hit that up.
It'd be okay, I guess.
You know what I
I
mean?
had a pomegranate smoothie the other day. It was good.
Pomegranate smoothie?
Yeah.
What else was in it?
Blueberry and pomegranate.
That's it?
It was
Just the
great.
two?
Yeah.
Like, what did you make for this? Like water, milk, yogurt? Like,
I don't know what they do.
oh, you
I
didn't
did-
make it.
oh, gosh,
you went.
no, no,
you,
no.
you took out a loan and bought a smoothie. Good for you. What was the interest rate on your loan for that smoothie?
Hannah needed one of her special energy drinks, so I went over to Swig or Seven Brew, one of those places.
Right.
So I get that.
I always go to this place in Lee Summit. It's called the Smoothie Shop, and they have this flavor called the Chisel. And it's chocolate protein powder with peanut butter, Oreos, and like their almond milk that they use, or
Nice.
whatever it is. And it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
You get your sugar, you get your protein, you get your peanut butter and protein, whatever that is.
A lot of people are eating these thinking they're healthy for you, though. You look at the amount of calories in these things. That's what you have to look at, man. My God. Oh, I had a smoothie today. Did you exercise?
Yes.
The from the 913, the pomegranate 7-Up with some bourbon is fantastic.
Ooh.
Interesting.
All right.
I usually just drink my bourbon straight.
I'm not mad about that.
Neat.
Yeah. Neat's the
Yeah.
word there.
The dirty part or the cream that they put in them is just whipping cream like you would with your coffee. So that's what the dirty, I guess, with the soda is.
I
That
don't
makes
know.
sense. Yeah.
They just say, I'll have a dirty this or that, and then they make 17 different.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Dairy Queen released their October menu. I know this kind of does it for you. I feel like there's a lot on here that's got you. Reese's Oreo Blizzard. I don't know why that's October,
Yeah.
but welcome to it.
Yep.
Pumpkin Cheesecake Blizzard.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this is, I just think about my mother with this. It is a Heath caramel brownie confection. So it's like a brownie, soft serve, caramel chocolate, top left.
Too much.
Okay.
Yeah, too much for the cup and the spoon. Stuff will spill all over.
They have a pumpkin moon latte.
Okay.
Cotton candy parfait.
I tried that the other day.
The cotton candy
It
one?
is absolutely disgusting. I mean, the kids like it, but man, I took a bite of that and went, "Oh my God, what
Too
is
sweet?
this?" Yeah, it's just.
Then they have
everything.
a s'mores parfait. So it's like soft serve layered with graham cracker, then chocolate, then soft serve, then graham cracker, then chocolate, and the top is like some marshmallows with chocolate, graham cracker. And,
I take a bite of that. Yeah.
and then they have the new spooky bat dipped cone. This thing just looks cool. It's a chocolate dipped cone with bat wings.
I like it. I'm in. That's fun. How do they get the wings to do that, though? They must put like plastic things in the ice cream in order to dip it in like that. But that is cool. I do like that.
It's hard for me to go there and not get a chicken strip basket with the white gravy.
Are you going to Culver's and trying the new curd burger?
So I've had that.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So when I worked at Jack Stack, whenever there was like weird food items that would come out, we'd be like, somebody would get cut at like 1:30, be like, dude, hey, go to Culver's and get a couple of those burgers. We want to try them. It's a lot. Like I just have a little wedge of it.
Yeah.
Then I cut it into fourths.
Perfect.
So I have
That's all you need.
I have
right?
like a fourth of it, and it's all cheese curd. And then like the aftertaste, like that was a burger. I was like, okay. But I'm all about putting like a little crunch on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like
hell yes.
Lay's on my potato Lay's on my
100%,
sandwich, or like crispy onion straws.
Oh, I love the onion straw. I put
them
them on my salad all the time. Just had it yesterday. It's so good.
That's part of the green bean casseroles, the onion straw.
The onion straws, yeah. I buy them all the time. You actually do sell them at the grocery store
I'll eat
year
them out of
round.
a jar.
Yeah, they're great. I love them.
Like I'm possessed.
But back to the, what were we just talking about before that?
Bat wings?
After that?
In between, I don't know.
Chicken strips, dairy. Oh,
the curd burger. Yeah,
burger.
yeah. Difference between crunchy and a big block of fried cheese on top of your burger.
Yeah, like if I tied one off on a Friday night, Saturday morning, I'll get up at 8:30 and I'll go get a sausage McMuffin and a hash brown. I'll put the hash brown on the McMuffin.
Wow.
And then I turn into
innovation.
Elvis Presley, but I live.
Yeah, that's a curd burger right there.
You know, Elvis didn't take a crap for 7 months before he died.
Are you kidding me? I did not know. That's why he died.
Yeah, he took all those pills and it hardened his stool. So he died with 7 months.
I took Pepto once and didn't go for a day, and it was terrible. I can't imagine being stopped up for 7
You remember
months.
that time you drank that coffee?
Yeah, it was awful.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
Well, we know he was fat Elvis at the time, so it was like he drank coffee and then went and exercised, because that usually gets the bowels moving.
Yeah. Caller number 5. Tell Mac that he's awesome. He's got a nice laugh, and then he has really nice hair, and you have a chance at a $50 gift card from Booth Creek Wagyu, as that is the sponsor for Smasher Pass through every Thursday at 7:45. Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, and also Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Coming in about 30 minutes, we get to Nate Taylor. But before we do that, we do Chiefs trades and what Lamar is hurt or he's not. Mac's pissed. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are going to make you feel better. That's right. That's what they're doing, because they look beyond traditional medicine, and that's why they're so successful. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. And patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And it's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. It's fast and all natural with no downtime. If your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all the time, then you need to explore all of your options. Be smart. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are only choices, because that's not the case. Call QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. So call them now to get scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. It's QC Kinetics.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a pro football no sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right. With a no sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, this is Doug. I'm a patient with Heartland Men's Health. I've been doing low T treatment for just under a year now. I've always dedicated my life to work. I've always found the time to go to gym. I'm 46 years old. My energy level has been on a roller coaster. With work, when we would have like long, stressful meetings, I would notice that I was very exhausted and drained afterwards. And with the low T treatment, I'm not as stressed. I started to feel a lot more level-headed. The roller coaster kind of went away. I think Heartland Men's Health, they really have it figured out. The professional staff, I think it's a wonderful treatment for men of any age. And it's definitely a benefit I'm going to continue.
Thank you. It's true. Your initial appointment includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars, and you're going to love GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This fall, refresh your home with a special offer from Westlake Ace Hardware. Enjoy $10 off bin interior paint gallons October 1st through 31st. With an easy-to-apply, easy-to-maintain formula, Bin Interior offers an introduction into the beauty and durability of Benjamin Moore premium paint. Hurry into Westlake Ace Hardware for this limited-time savings and keep your spaces looking beautiful for years to come. Offer valid in-store only, so visit Westlake Ace Hardware today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When it comes to buying a car, simple wins. Rob Sight Ford has the inventory, the trade values, and the non-commissioned team that puts you first. No pressure, just 4.8 stars on Google for a reason. ROBSIGHT.com.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, K10 eastbound and westbound, both directions heavy approaching Woodland Street. The accident is westbound with the exit blocked. And then 435 eastbound, very heavy past Quivira, crawls over past Metcalf with an accident blocking the left lane. Allen Carr, 96 pound, the fan, traffic.
Hey, it's Xavier Worthy. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Rolling along, 8 o'clock hour here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morney with you as well. Who was David was our winner in Smasher Pass.
Here we go, David.
David is the winner of a $50 gift card to Booth Creek Wagyu. So you get a $50 gift card, I ask you, to Booth Creek Wagyu. You go and just, does your fiance like steak?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, your wife steak gal?
Oh,
You
yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you just basically are buying for the family, but getting 50 off. You're not just going to go be like, oh, one of the, like Sunday, for instance, your, family's going to be out watching the Taylor Swift stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you'd be like, I'm going to go get a steak for myself and just cook it?
No,
is that selfish? Is that why I'm single?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I would have said 100% yes.
Yeah.
In the past on this, have you had Wagyu beef, either of you?
Yes.
Very little.
Very
Yeah.
little. That's all you need. So we got the Denver cut, which I think is the good cut of steak that they had. That's what they told us when we first went down there. And they
What was the
opened,
cut of meat?
I don't remember.
Like
It's
a
like
ribeye or filet?
Yeah, something like that.
Because Denver cut is...
It's just a nice piece of meat.
Okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
look it up. It was just a great piece of meat, right? And so I bought this piece of meat and I cooked it like a normal steak and all this kind of stuff and sat it down. We sliced it all up and we started to eat it. And we were like, I'm full after like one or two pieces of meat. Wagyu beef is so rich and so delicious. You just don't need to eat a lot. And so if I'm going to cook the Wagyu beef, I want everybody there for it because it takes the entire family to eat the steak. And I'm sure somebody on the text line will call me a wimp or something like that. But all of us were like, man, normal steak, this would have been for like one person. But this Wagyu beef is so rich and delicious and just unbelievable that you don't need to eat a lot of it to fill you up.
Yeah, I had a chef or something. He lived behind me, and he came over one night. He needed a lighter. And I was sitting on the patio, and he's like, hey, man, you have a lighter real quick? And I was like, yeah. So we started chatting. He goes, by the way, we're getting ready to move out. I wish we'd have known that you guys were, chill like this. By the way, I work at 801 Chop House. Do you want a couple of, A5, fillets? I was like, say less.
Yeah.
So I've gotten lucky in order to have that. And like you said, I mean, it was like 3 by 10. I was like, oh, my gosh. It's like those marbled, beef ribs you get at, barbecue joints. Like
right,
the big prime
the big
beef.
ones. You only need one.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's good. I think, cut of meat, number one, ribeye? Or
I
fillet?
love a ribeye.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a great ribeye, man. There's a place where I grew up called Arthur's Tavern, and you get the ribeye and you get a crock of French onion soup. And I mean, it's just so good. Yeah.
Doesn't Spec say the sirloin?
That's right.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He's in his car right now. He knows.
Sirloin.
He's nodding. He thinks the sirloin is the best cut of steak.
No, he doesn't. No,
100%
nobody
Bob.
thinks that.
Bob, if he doesn't say sirloin is the best, if he says something different, you can take the rest of the week off.
Sirloin.
100%.
I know.
That's like end of the month. You got a few new quarters left. You're like, I'll take the sirloin.
That's
You're
me
like,
at Applebee's.
Yeah.
You're
like,
a cheap date.
Yeah, like sirloin. No. And that comes from a guy who has amuse bouches at every meal, whatever the hell that is. Oh, we have an amuse bouche at Thanksgiving. What?
Yeah, except when he tells you what kind of he's like the classic, the sirloin, like the classic,
hot honey and pepperoni pizza. That was founded a year ago.
The classic.
I'll take the classic hot honey and the classic.
The
It's brand new. I'll take one of those classic dirty sodas.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, seriously, I'll take the classic hot honey and pepperoni.
I'll take that classic Dubai chocolate bar.
That thing too. That's the other one that's driving everybody nuts now.
It's like mucus
Dubai
inside of chocolate.
I'm like, all right, fine,
There's
whatever.
pubes and green stuff. I'm good on the Dubai chocolate. It's pistachio cream.
It's actually really good, but I mean, I'm not going to seek it out and drive all over Olathe looking for this thing. There's some special store in the middle of Olathe now that serves this Dubai chocolate. People are flocking to this place.
You don't have to give Olathe a look, but you could drive to New Orleans to find something that the Chiefs might want to look at, and that is Alvin Kamara. His conversation of being a trade piece is growing and growing and growing and growing. They play your Giants this week, which I do like the Giants this matchup for obvious reasons. But you got to think, we kind of, I don't know, basically said what teams are basically eliminated already. There's 2 teams playing each other, eliminated Miami and Carolina this week. You would think the Jets, you would think the Titans, all those teams, probably their season's pretty much done. The Saints are there as well, I would think. And Kamara could interest the Chiefs for what? You're giving up a 5th-round draft pick for Alvin Kamara?
Maybe a 4th.
Yeah, maybe a 4th. Bleacher Report came up with 10 guys that could possibly be traded and good fits for them, right? And I went through the list, and I'm like, okay, I do like Kamara, obviously. The other guy on the list, I like Trey Hendrickson. Not for a 2nd-round draft pick like Bleacher Report said, because you're only getting Trey Hendrickson for this year. I'd do a 4th or a 5th. But they said a conditional 4th-round pick for Alvin Kamara. I think that seems like a steal because he's playing really good right now, and you have 2 more years left. Let's say he only plays this year, and you gave up a 4th-round pick, and you get to the Super Bowl again. Hell, yes, it was worth that pick. It's absolutely worth that pick. If you can get Alvin Kamara for a 4th-round pick, you make that trade right now. That's my opinion, and you know where I stand on running backs, and I love the way that this organization drafts, but he just seems like a nice fit right now. And if you give up a 4th-round pick and you get just this year, it's worth it. But if you get even more from Alvin Kamara for the next 2 years where his contract is, oh, my God, that would be looked at as a great steal for the Chiefs.
Would the Chiefs be, I apologize, would the Chiefs still, would they become more efficient with the running back even if they had a guy like Alvin Kamara, though?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, Dusty. We can give you all the tools. Are you going to utilize them, Andy?
Because I was kind of knocked down a peg yesterday reading some articles of Chiefs sleepers, Chiefs, all the people that do all the Chiefs stuff, and they were talking about Rashard Smith's running back workload. 4 of those runs came when the game was over and Gardner Minshew was the quarterback.
Garbage timing.
Yeah, there was 19, but in reality there was 15. But he did have 3 passing targets in the first half. So I'm so confused on what Brashard Smith is going to be. I'm still going to think they're going to get him more incorporated because Matt Nagy said so, and Andy Reid quoted that in his press conference saying, yeah, Matt's trying to get him more involved in the offense.
Oh, yeah.
So when you look at that, but you also look at that stat on the other side. Yes, because like they did the big stat of like the Chiefs being under center more, right?
Yeah.
Well, like 5 of those snaps were Gardner Minshew in the fourth quarter.
I know, I didn't like that.
And I'm like, damn it, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember Mahomes being under center all that much, you know?
More 6 linemen, maybe. They just looked bigger. They felt more physical, maybe. But yeah, you're right. The numbers don't pan out like that as much as I thought they were either. But with Kamara, I mean, you don't even have to run with him. Like we saw that little touchdown for Pacheco, wide open in the flat. Like, what if that's
every
Kamara?
game.
That's every game.
And he could play at Kamara Head Stadium, too.
And think about... Oh, dear God. We're moving on from that. Jeez.
Is it Friday
Man, my God.
Oh, my Lord.
Have some shame.
The wit, though, there is solid. Props to you.
Thank you.
No, it's good. But think about how good he is with everyone and their mother knowing he's getting the football for the last 2 years. Everyone knows he's getting the ball for the Saints.
Oh, well, who else are you going to give it to?
Exactly.
Who else? No, I'm asking a serious question. Who else are you going to give it to?
Olave's fine.
Olave. Oh. Chris Olave. Oh. Who else?
Somebody says in the text line, sleeper alert, Keaton Mitchell from Baltimore.
It's a fun one.
For a trade?
Yeah, I'm not trading for Keaton Mitchell.
I am trading for Alvin Kamara, though. A 4th-round pick, I'm in on that 100%. And to get me to do that, you know, it takes a lot for a running back in a trade. I'm in on that one. I like that trade.
I also like this text. It says if they want Brashard Smith to be a pass-catching running back, who better to learn from than Alvin Kamara?
Yeah, what a great text.
100%.
You get the rest of the week off. That's a hell of an intelligent text. I love that.
Because that's kind of the style that Brashard Smith could be. And I think Kamara is a little bit tougher. I think he's maybe a little bit bigger. He's obviously older.
And then Brashard Smith goes into Canton and he's thanking, you know, Alvin Kamara, just like Patrick Mahomes will be thanking Alex Smith.
Damn right.
God, Kamara on this team would be sick.
Oh, it would be great.
We did have a text that said, to be honest, guys, I'm a little gun shy after DeAndre Hopkins, which is a fair thing to say.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
everybody
always
that
work out
we've
like that.
gotten, yeah, but LaShawn McCoy, Le'Veon Bell, DeAndre Hopkins,
On offense,
Kelvin
you are
Benton.
right.
No, I'm talking offense, yeah, and Kamara's offense, right?
You're right.
All of the offensive players that they have kind of added in the middle of the season
You're right.
have not panned out. Now, whose fault is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it the player? Is it the team? Is it because you came in mid-season? It's hard to gel at that point in time. But I would think a guy like Alvin Kamara could
He'll
probably
gel.
But we thought that about Sammy Watkins last year, right?
Hopkins, yeah.
Or Hopkins. I know I said Sammy Watkins, but DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
We thought that about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Le'Veon Bell. We thought that about LaShawn McCoy. Now, those guys were also at the ends of their careers. All three. Look, DeAndre Hopkins is having a nice year right now, but he's at the end of his career,
For sure.
too. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, Alvin Kamara's in the early stages of his career, but I'm watching what he's doing right now. He's playing really good football right now. And just to have him for the rest of the year is worth a 4th-round draft pick.
He's got juice. Yep.
If you did a poll question, Breece Hall or Alvin Kamara, who do you think would win?
I'd go Breece Hall because I love him, but, you know.
I think the poll would be Breece Hall because, for what Bob said, the future.
Yeah,
You'd sign him.
Younger, long term. But Alvin Kamara still is more a popular name, and sometimes people, you know, Breece, I know Kamara, you know.
Also a Vol. Bonus.
Some breaking news out of college basketball I want to get to on the other side for March Madness.
There's a storm coming.
Yeah, there is. Where it's at, you'll find out. Coming up on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
BBL Stinky.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Union are ready for you. They're helping Kansas City put up great projects, and they're looking for help doing so. That's why their pre-apprenticeship program is awesome. It's a paid opportunity designed to prepare individuals for successful entry into their formal apprenticeship program. And you're going to start making $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months. And you're going to get family health coverage at no cost to you or the employee or to your family. And then you become a first-year apprentice, you'll get $30 per hour. And the sheet metal workers do so much, from industrial sheet metal to doing the crown out at Kauffman Stadium, the Kauffman Performing Arts Center, the top of Bartle Hall. They do HVAC service and repair, HVAC installation, commercial kitchen fabrication as well. They do it all at the Sheet Metal Workers Union. Smart Local 2 welcomes everyone from seasoned professionals to those with no experience. And they're going to offer you career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while providing the tools and support you need to succeed. So check them out now at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 635 southbound heavy approaching State Avenue with an accident reporting. Looks like your earlier problem on K10 at Woodland has cleared, but there's a new problem westbound around Ridgeview, maintaining the delay on that side. 435 eastbound, still very heavy from 35 out past 69 Highway with earlier problems. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I want to get to this because I want to pay off my tease. This is from Yahoo Sports. Executives are, quote, inching closer to an agreement to expand the NCAA tournament to 76 teams with a 12-game opening round played at 2 sites during the 26-27 March Madness.
So not this one, but the next year one. Next year. Look, I'm in favor of expanding because I know.
68 to 76.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get Mammoth State versus whoever in a 13-13 game to see who goes and plays the 4 seed in, Oregon.
But they have to do it because
And we're going to get it 6 times.
Yeah, but these big schools, man, they're crying and they're whining. These big conferences, they don't want the little guy in anymore. And the little guy makes the NCAA tournament. You know as much as anybody, right? We watch Thursday and Friday of that first weekend of the tournament, and it's great. It's because you get the upsets, the little guys, people are making names.
Represent?
Exactly, Loyola Chicago, right?
Exactly.
Like that's why the NCAA tournament is so special. So they're expanding it because the SEC and the Big Ten are basically wanting to take their ball and go home because they feel like they should have more teams in the NCAA tournament, and they wanted to say no more automatic bids for those small schools. Well, I hate to break the news to you. Those small schools that make the NCAA tournament, they get that check for making the NCAA tournament. That's their entire athletic department budget for the year when they get into the NCAA tournament. So it's big for them. And I'd rather see the winner of the Mountain West Conference or the Southwestern Athletic Conference play in the NCAA tournament than the 17th team in the 18-team Big Ten. Like, I don't need to see Rutgers in the NCAA tournament. That's a bad example because they were pretty good last year. I don't need to see Vanderbilt in the NCAA tournament or one of these lower-seeded teams from a power conference. I like to give the kids that opportunity. And I think at times we lose sight of what exactly is going on. I think high school sports and sometimes high school classes are this way as well. You want a well-rounded kid, a well-rounded person, and allowing these kids to play in the NCAA tournament at a smaller school and compete against some of the bigger guys, give them that exposure, that's great for the student athlete. That needs to continue with the NCAA tournament. And so the Big Ten and the SEC basically said, if you don't give us the amount of teams we want, we're going to secede from the union, so to speak, and we'll form our own tournament. And they would do it because they probably have got the money and the backing from somebody to do it. And that would ruin the NCAA tournament as we know it. So we expand 8 more teams to allow these Cinderellas to still play and still give us that Thursday and Friday that we love. Nobody will watch that first round like we never do anyway. We'll wait till it gets to the 68, and it'll still be the NCAA tournament. But if this is what we have to do to keep the quote-unquote sanctity of the tournament where we allow the Alcorn states still in, I'm all for it.
I mean, you say no one will watch. We did watch last year when it was North Carolina and Duke and Baylor, and I think that's what's going to happen.
No, I'm saying the first 2 days of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
remember?
right. Yeah,
And
but those were brand names teams, too.
And that's what's going to happen. You're acting like it's going to be Alcorn State and East Toenail State in these 12 teams. It's going to be Vanderbilt. It's going to be the Big Ten and SEC schools and Pac-12 schools. Well, don't exist. That didn't make it.
It depends on how the seeding all falls and whatnot. But, yeah, I think...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be more... This is for the big conferences. I don't think more small schools are going to make it.
No. More small schools aren't making it. The small schools are able to keep their spots right now. They wanted to take away the automatic bids.
Gotcha.
The big conferences have said to the NCAA, we're tired of the Southwestern Conference getting a team in. We're better. Our 17th team is better than the winner of that league.
Yeah.
Or the Sun Belt or the Horizon League or the Mid-Con or whatever small league
all
there
this
is.
is doing is adding more Goliaths to the fields.
Yeah, exactly.
It's adding more Goliaths, but it's keeping the Davids in. If they didn't expand, the big teams would have fought to get the Davids out, and you wouldn't see those automatic bids in the SoCon Conference and that early part of March Madness where we're watching all these games and the student announcers are going crazy.
It's like a salary cap and a salary floor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's like you get to stay, but these guys are still going to be in here.
Yeah, we're going to add more of the bigger guys in.
Let's just be honest. Nobody wants this.
At the end of the day, no, I don't. But I know what the alternative is, and that's changing the NCAA tournament in a drastic way that isn't good for the fans.
No, you're making your product stale. This is how you make your product stale fast. You're leaving the bread bag wide open and not putting the zip tie on it. You're like, well, anything can get in here now. Like, it's just not good. Nobody wants this. I say nobody. I speak for myself.
No, I think the majority, and I think the reason Bob wants it is to prevent from worse happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am taking the lesser of two evils right now, if that makes sense.
And I think you're probably in the right on that.
Yeah.
Normally those playing games start on Monday and Tuesday.
Tuesday, right? They have that Tuesday Dayton round, right?
Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday is your opening rounds.
And usually it's 2 games, right? 4 games total. Now
it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
So now how many games are there? 12 teams? 12 games?
12 games.
Well, 12 more teams. Isn't that what you said?
It said 12 games.
If they're going to add 12 more teams, well, I don't know how many. That would be 6 more games, I would imagine.
Teams. Yeah, 12 game opening round.
a 12-game opening round.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody wants
But
this.
you're right. But both can
They're
be
going to have
true,
to start
right?
calling it April Madness.
Right. But both can yeah. But it always ends in April. But both can be true. Both can be true. I don't like that they're expanding, but I'm accepting it because I know what the alternative is, and that's the SEC and the Big Ten saying, we're going to take our ball and go elsewhere because we're tired of giving money to these lower schools. And
That's all I have to say about that. There is a new regime in Jacksonville. Liam Cohen, obviously the head man over there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have them at 3-1. Now, again, very, very soft schedule so far. They are a turnover machine so far in the season. But, again, they played Bryce Young, Jake Browning, Mac Jones, and what's the cat from C.J. Stroud. They are 3-1. They are tied for the lead in the South with the Indianapolis Colts. If you had that on your bingo card, congrats.
Yeah.
Cash out now. But this is a situation where this is a new team that has made bad quarterbacks miss and turn the ball over, playing a team that is a veteran team that has a smart quarterback, smart head coach that don't necessarily really turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
That's to me, massive advantage for the Kansas City Chiefs. Another advantage for the Kansas City Chiefs is that maybe with that addition of Xavier Worthy back last week, that kind of expands things as well to keep your offense on the field, keep it cleaner, and keep Jacksonville always guessing and really handle business on Monday night.
Yeah, I think the addition of Xavier Worthy is obviously huge for this organization and huge for this offense because it allows you to do so many different things. And with Jacksonville right now, yeah, their opponents have not been good. But remember, Liam Cohen was the guy last year who was the offensive coordinator for Tampa. The difference is I would take Baker Mayfield 10 days over 10 over Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Baker is a gamer in all of those situations. Sure. And what I don't know that Trevor Lawrence is a gamer at this point. I really don't. I don't know what to make of Trevor Lawrence and who he is as a quarterback, if he's going to be any good, or if Liam Cohen is just trying to get through the year and then they're going to bounce from him, even though the contract is, exponentially high for him. So I guess I just don't know what to kind of make of Liam Cohen and Jacksonville. Are they winning? Yeah, they're winning right now, but they're not exactly beating the world beaters. And that's why I'm not concerned about this game from, oh, my God, we're going to lose type of standpoint. You always have to be cautious going into an NFL game. But I really think the Chiefs can use this type of game to get even healthier from a mental scoring standpoint than they have been, even after that last game against Baltimore.
Obviously, Rashee Rice will come back in that Week 7 game against the Raiders in Kansas City, and then we'll get to actually finally maybe see this offense in its full force. One thing that kind of stood out to me for the Kansas City Chiefs in this last game against the Baltimore Ravens is they went 4 for 4 on fourth down. So not only is that dangerous for the defense, but that's dangerous for the offense because you get it on fourth down, you continue to move the chains, you continue to move the clock, but you can continue to keep your best unit, in my opinion, on the field. I know the defense is solid. This defense has been good. 20 points, 9 points, 20 points, 27 points against good teams in the first 2 weeks as well. But again, when you get the ball to 4th and 1, like there's a reason why we haven't seen Matt Araiza. Like the Chiefs are playing an offense of 4 downs or nothing. Like because they believe now obviously they did go for it. They didn't go for it a couple weeks back against Philadelphia when they should have. But again, like we saw it in Philadelphia game, right out of the first half, right into the second half, they went for it on 4th down. Like we are going to see this trend more often with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I love it because it's showing that we always ask, can Andy Reid expand? Can Andy Reid continue to stay one step ahead? We've seen in the last couple of years more of these teams that are dynamic teams going for it on 4th down. Baltimore's been doing it. Detroit's been doing it. The Rams do it. All these teams that have this trust and belief in their quarterback and their offense, on 4th and 1, they don't care.
Yeah.
Obviously, Philadelphia will run the tush push and get it every time. But, you watch Detroit. How many times do you watch Detroit? A lot, probably because they're
on a lot,
right?
yeah.
And how many times is it 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and Dan Cable's stay
and they don't care where they are.
And how many times now are we seeing on a 4th and 1, Mahomes is just bring it in. And it's more often than not Kareem Hunt. Or you believe that now that you have the addition of Xavier Worthy, which we talk about the addition of Xavier Worthy in this offense, we talk about what Tyreek Hill could do on 4th and 1. Quick pass out. That's a money play every time.
Yep.
And that's what I think has made this team kind of wake up a little bit more on offense is that a lot of teams go into a game, and they're like, we got to get it within the first 3 downs. The Chiefs are like, we're within a yard or 2. We're going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, and I think that's a good sign.
Depending on where the field marker is.
That's really a good sign for Andy evolving and listening, too, because, sometimes you get to that certain level. You're Andy Reid, man. You're the greatest of all time, right? Okay, I'll listen and hear what you got to say, but hey, man, I got this thing figured out. I've been doing this for 30 years in the NFL. I think what we saw last week is him starting to maybe listen a little bit more to the guys inside his trust circle, his coaches, his players, and whatnot, because you did see more of a concerted effort to run the football, which I know is something that a lot of people in that organization have wanted them to do for a while now, and a lot of fans have wanted them to do this for a while right now. Is run the football, and it's like pulling teeth at times to run the football, but they did it last week, and I think last week was one of those. Andy's like, all right, fine, we've done it my way for the first couple of weeks. Let's try it your guys' way. Let's see what we can do. And there was more of a running game added in. There was more. I don't want to use the term aggressiveness because Andy's very aggressive, obviously, but the fourth down stuff was kind of new and unique and different and stuff that they didn't do. And I would just look at it and say, if you're not going to trust Patrick Mahomes on 4th and 1, then you shouldn't trust anybody else in the NFL on 4th and 1. And no matter where you are on the field, you've got the best player in the league right now under center or, shotgun formation, however it is. You got to trust that guy on 4th and 1. If Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce can't convert on 4th and 1, who can you really rely on in the NFL to convert on 4th and 1?
Because your biggest gripe a lot of times was they can't get 1 yard.
Yeah.
Now they can.
Yeah, because you've got now Xavier Worthy. It's changed things up a little bit. Look how much easier it was for Kareem Hunt to get that yard. Like every time it was 3rd and 1 or 4th one, Kareem Hunt's getting 4 yards. And they were moving like a knife through butter, man. It was just zoom right down the field, zoom right down the field. They needed it, they got it, they picked it up, and they moved on. And it was great to watch that ease because they were multidimensional on offense too. You didn't know they're going to run, they're going to pass. They got Xavier Worthy. What can he do? There's so many moving parts on this offense. It just confuses the hell out of defenses.
And imagine when Rashee Rice comes back. Now you have that quick out to Xavier running up the middle, play action with Mahomes, or just, hey, one of the best yak receivers in all of football, just toss him a quick screen pass. He'll get you 2 yards.
Yeah, or Xavier or Rice just cuts across the middle and you just like a slam route. Yeah, and just go.
And just, in space, exactly.
It's just, to me, it's part of the modern day NFL where like, 3rd and, like how they, which is kind of ironic because they, it's 3rd down or it's 3rd down. Like now 3rd down is kind of just like not as scary anymore.
It
right?
really is changed it. Yeah, you're right.
Like it used to be like, it's 3rd down. They got to get this. It's like 3rd and 8. If they get to like a 7-yard gain, it's 4th and 1. You're like, they're going for it.
Go for it.
Almost every time.
Yep.
Now, again, if it's on, in the territory of it's on their 20-yard line, they're not going to, but like 40-yard line, 10 yards till you get to the 50, 4th and 1, you better believe 29 will be in the backfield. You'll have a heavy set. And then not only that, we don't even mention Travis Kelce. This is where Travis Kelce.
Challenged. Weight challenged.
Weight challenged, yeah. This is where you see Travis Kelce also thrive at this point in his career. Hey, Trav, 3-yard out route. One that you've got in your bag. They don't know if you're going left or right. It doesn't matter. You just tell me which way you're going. I'll have it there for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an easy pickup. And I think that when you do that, not only are you doing the one thing that the NFL and the league cannot do against the Chiefs, keep the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hand, you're keeping that unit on the other side of the defense rested.
Yep.
And oh, thank God.
The longer they can sit over there, the better it is for everybody. Makes them fresher to rush the quarterback. 3 and out, man. I can't go back out there. I was just out there. I just got my ass kicked. I don't want to go back out there, at this point in time. But, I love the options that this offense has. I'd love to know the success rate. And I'll just say the last 5 years, just to keep it simple. The conversion rates on 3rd and 4th and 1, or 2nd and 1, the and 1 conversion rates. Like how many times does the defense actually win and stop an offense on something in 1? 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1, 4th and 1, whatever the down is, the distance of being 1. I wonder what the success rate is of defenses stopping the offenses. I think it's gotten better. I feel like it's gotten better. Like a 1 yard, is no longer a gimme in the NFL. I think it's hard to get that yard in the NFL, but I still want to see what those success rates are and then compare it to what the Chiefs' success rate has been, just to look at that, just to kind of have an idea.
Interesting.
I wonder what the success rate is on something in 1 in the NFL. What do you think it is? Because I don't think it's 50%.
I bet it's 35.
Yeah, maybe in the 40s. If you're the Eagles, it's 80.
Well, they take them out of the equation.
They ruin the whole average.
They have, yeah.
Yeah, they're the kids that get the A on the test, so we know the teacher's going to curve it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, bro.
Just
Yeah, I'm dealing with that now. That's okay. The teacher's going to curve it. You don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
that's a dangerous game.
No. We're not playing this game that the teacher's going to curve it. And then you've got the one child who ruins the curve for everybody, and they get their ass kicked on the playground. Monica.
Whose role do you think diminishes more with the addition of Rashee Rice coming in? Because right now, Mac, Travis Kelce leads his team in yak.
Yeah, dude, 120 yards in yak right now, over 30 yards.
Now, one of them was
more.
that 47-yard obviously, but you can't take that out of the equation because he did it and he got
did
away
it,
with it.
And he looked fast doing it.
And
he looked good.
We know what Xavier Worthy's routes are. Go deep, catch it, getting tackled immediately. But, hey, you're getting 25, 40 yards on a catch. Hollywood Brown, he's a zone sitter, right? He's going to go find that pocket. He's going to use his speed to get to the area. Stop. Hey, here's number 5. Juju Smith-Schuster, the exact
Same thing. Yep.
Rashee Rice comes along.
He's the yak guy. He's the athlete. He's the guy that you can get in space. Travis, we've always known as that guy. Lost it a little bit, but now he's got it back. He's on pace for 500 yards after the catch this season. Last year.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Last year was 340. That's a 40 or 35% or so increase in yards after the catch for Travis Kelce. His snap percentage is down as well, but his targets are up from last year. He's got one more target in 4 games this year than he does last year, but he's not playing as much.
Yeah,
but he's not playing as much, which is great. So that means he's being used the same amount, but he's not having to exert as much energy. But then the next...
And they said that going into the season, right?
We love that, right? We load manage.
Yeah, load manage for Travis, but then injuries happen, and all of a sudden, because I guarantee you what we saw last week was what we were supposed to see in Brazil.
It's exactly what we were supposed to see. And you mentioned circumstance. All that went to crap last year with Pacheco, with Rice, everyone down, right?
Right.
The first 4 games, I mentioned 21 targets last year. The next 4 games for Travis Kelce, 43 targets.
That's after Rice went down.
Yes, that's right after Rice went down. Everything changed. I mean, it was 12 targets, 16 targets in a game for Travis Kelce at 35 years old and playing over 80% of the snaps. He has not played over 80% of the snaps but one time this season. He did all but once last year in the first 4 games. So he was playing 85, 90% of the snaps.
Which game did he do the 80%? The first one?
First one. Yeah. In Brazil, played 84% of the snaps. Other than that, he's under 80% in each game, but he's still getting those targets. He's going to be fresh. And this is, again, without Rice being that athlete in space. We have Xavier and Tyquan now taking the top off. Dude, Kelsey's been doubled and bracketed this year and is still being able to do this with all those guys back and then this offensive line getting healthier. He's going to have green grass ahead of him, man. He looks good.
Well, but the thing is he's washed, as Robin Carrington have said. So what you just said, that he's not washed, right?
This guy's not washed at all. He looks better.
No.
I know there have been the mishaps, and I have been one of the big ones harping on him, and he was a big portion of the reason they did lose 1 or 2 of those first 2 games.
No question he was, yeah.
But him as an athlete in space, catching the football, I'm not going to say he's back to 2021 Kelce, but he's better than he was last year. That's for damn sure.
Whose role diminishes more, Thornton's or Juju's with the addition?
I would hope it's Juju's. Hopefully, but again,
Thornton had 1 catch in this game last week.
No, you're right, and Juju had like 5.
Yeah, Juju's that possession receiver.
Rice.
Yeah,
he's Rice without Rice.
Yeah,
and we'll have Rice back. So I hope it's Tyquan, but it's a good question. Mahomes trusts Juju,
and he trusts Tyquan though too. I mean, that's the other thing. Like he trusts Tyquan Thornton to go out there and catch the ball. I mean, Jay Binkley was talking about it yesterday with us when he said, I heard these guys talking, in June and July about this guy. And he goes, I knew that they had kind of, built that trust with Tyquan Thornton. So whose numbers are going to go down? I always say, I don't care. As long as they score touchdowns, let's get it. And everybody's happy, right? Like this is not a group of wide receivers / running backs / tight ends that are sitting around going, feed me, right? They're not that type of player. That's why this works here in Kansas City. Because you don't have that Tyreek Hill diva or, wide receiver diva that's out there wanting the ball all the time and complaining about the touches and, get me the damn ball, as Keyshawn Johnson used to say, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We got a lot of athletes, a lot of good football players on this team. And you have to be the right football player to play in Kansas City. You have to focus on what's important, and that's winning a championship. Not you, not your numbers, not your fantasy stats. It's all about helping this team win. And if you go out there and get 1 target, but it's a big 3rd down conversion, you've done your job for that day. And that's what Dayton Moore always used to say. Do 1 thing each day to help your team win. And if you're Juju Smith-Schuster and the only play you make is a 3rd and 5 and you get 6 yards and pick up a 1st down, you've done 1 thing that day to help your team win. Or even if you're Juju Smith-Schuster and you're downfield and you throw a block, and I hate the wide receiver tight end blocking stuff because it drives me nuts, because that's when they try to tell you Travis isn't as good as everybody else because it blocked.
Ridiculous.
Kiss my ass on that one. I don't care. But if he makes a key block down the field and you spring somebody for a touchdown, that's 1 thing to help your team win. And they've gotten everybody to buy into that here in Kansas City. I don't know how many other NFL teams get their guys to buy in. You can't even say Buffalo because James Cook was holding out at the beginning of the year for all of that. So it's very rare to see this. And the cool thing is you're not going to hear 1 complaint. And if you do, that person's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to Miami.
All right, see you later.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I love that when our team scores or when our team gets a first down, you see all the other wide receivers or all the other skill positions.
Stinky?
Yep, BBL Stinky dance together. It's a team, man. They want to see everyone else succeed.
Yeah, it's rare in sports because you've got ego. Look, be honest with you, everybody's driven by money, right? The more catches I get, the more money I make, the bonuses I'm going to hit, the bigger contract I can get. Oh, the 53 guys here in Kansas City, we just want to win a Super Bowl, man. It'll take care of itself. How they've been able to do that is remarkable. And the reason is, it is Andy, but it's Patrick Mahomes as well, too, buying into all that.
There's a new show coming out on TV that was created by someone who created arguably the best show of all time. What is it? We'll talk about it, and maybe a show that you've always loved that you would still watch here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Jay's Southland Tow Service are flat out awesome. I love the guys over at Jay's Southland Tow Service. Great people, great supporters of Kansas City. They are fantastic. And they're going to be ready for you when you get into car trouble. The problem is you just don't know when you're getting that car trouble. You're not getting your planner out and saying, all right, next Tuesday I'm going to break down. It doesn't work that way. But what does work is having the number for Jay's Southland Tow Service in your phone ready to go. So when you do have car trouble, you're able to call them right away. 816-779-4TOW is their telephone number, or at southlandtow.com. So when you get into an accident, or if your car doesn't start, or maybe you just break down, call Jay's Southland Tow Service. They'll come out right away. You don't have to wait for the insurance company to deal with all that. Cuts so much time down. They were great for us when we had a flat tire about 2 years ago. Out right away on a Friday afternoon to get that thing fixed. Jay's Southland Tow is the best. 816-779-4TOW or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. And Tammy from the Westin, it's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to Missouri. On December 1st, you'll finally be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. You can bet everything from the money line to over-unders to which team will win it all. You'll be able to build parlays, bet player props, or even ride the live line. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Plus, with live betting, you can pick which player will score the next touchdown or the touchdown after that. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back. On December 1st, you'll be able to see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure what the best option is? Selling a home, especially when dealing with foreclosure, divorce, job relocation, or an inherited property, can feel overwhelming. That's why I don't just make offers. I help homeowners understand all their options so they can make the right choice with no pressure and no obligation. I'm Rex, a local homebuyer and resident right here in Kansas City. Whether you're looking for a fast cash sale or just want to explore your choices, I'll walk you through the pros and cons of selling to me or listing with an agent. If selling directly is your best move, I'll offer you a fair cash price and a closing timeline that fits your needs in as little as 7 days or on your schedule. No repairs, no commissions, no hidden fees. Just a transparent, hassle-free process so you know exactly what to expect. Let's talk. Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com for a free, no-pressure consultation. Rex Buys KC, helping homeowners make informed decisions with confidence.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, Eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Let's talk about the buying experience at Lewisburg Ford.
It's the best anywhere. Just ask all our customers, Toby. It is hands down the best experience you can have buying a new car. We have the no-hassle Toby Tobin price that we've had for over 45 years now. Nobody else can say that. We've been saving Kansas City thousands and thousands of dollars for a lot of years.
I have been buying Ford cars and trucks from Lewisburg Ford for over 30 years. And I know personally this is the best place to buy a Ford car or truck. Great prices, but there's a whole lot more than that.
It doesn't just stop at price, Toby.
No.
There's other factors to this equation, and it's trade-in allowance, financing, and the experience of how knowledgeable the people are that you're dealing with. And we surpass everybody in all those areas. We always have. We always will. That's why calling us is important.
Do you have that new pickup?
Absolutely. And it's dynamite.
Okay. Lewisburg Ford is your best place to buy a Ford car or truck. What's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Lewisburg Ford or lewisburgford.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service. Kansas side 435 eastbound. Gets heavy around 69 highway. Stays slow out past Antioch with some earlier problems that have cleared. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Breaking news out of ESPN, Mel Kiper has now picked up a side job as a mime.
Oh.
Said all the cool kids are doing it.
I don't know if you caught this when Good Morning Football went to break. They showed a street shot of New York, and it was a mime out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if that was done on purpose or not, but they showed like just a general shot of Times Square, and right in the foreground of that shot was a guy doing mime.
Boy, Jazz Chisholm really got to take the escape route when it came to yesterday's antics in the locker room. He turned his back to the media, and then eventually Shedeur turned his voice off to the media, and everybody forgot about Jazz Chisholm. And then he goes out there and plays the hero. That was one of the most painful tweets I've ever had to tweet out. I was like, say what you want about the guy. He saved the Yankees season last night.
Yeah, you didn't have to tweet it, though. You could just let it go unsaid.
I know, but it felt all right. I have to give credit where credit's
Yeah, I was going to
due.
say, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, we do it here on the air, and
That is fair.
we do. We got 4 hours of giving credit. You got to give Jazz Chisholm credit. He was great last night. When they needed him most, he stepped up and played. I mean, I go back to my childhood a lot about things my dad said to me about sports when I was growing up, and he would always talk about the 60s Yankees, and he would always say, backups on this team could start for any other team in baseball. That's how deep they were. And then you see a play like Jazz Chisholm last night, who clearly didn't start game one, as we know, and he's making those plays, came off the bench, did what he had to do, made a great defensive play, and then busted his ass to score on that little single.
Did you see that those guys in New York also tried to do that with Ben Rice last night, too? They're like, did you have a little bit extra, momentum because you were held out of the lineup in game one? And he was like, no, I know what my role is, and when I get my role, I take advantage of it. Home run, right field.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just try.
They try. Yeah, but that's what the New York media is, man. They're just trying to grab the headlines and take away, from what the actual game. The game is about the players, and I was thinking about this yesterday too with the WNBA stuff and that commissioner. How she is not resigned yet, I don't know. It's
crazy.
The game is about the players. It is not about the media. It's not about the coaches. It's not about the commissioners. It's all about the players. It's a players' game in all of professional sports. And so if you know your role and you know what you're supposed to do and you do that well, then embrace that role. It sounds like that's what Ben Rice kind of did, was embrace that role. Just because you're good in certain situations doesn't mean you should be an everyday guy. We see that all the time, in professional sports. I go back to what that kid who played second base years ago, Johnny Giavotella, where everybody thought he was going to be the next great thing, and they wanted him to come up. Fine, here he is, and then he played every day, and you realize he's not an everyday player, and that's okay. Not everybody is going to be an all-star. You need role players in every walk of life, and Ben Rice is a great role player. Jazz Chisholm proved to be a great role player in the postseason. And a guy like Jazz Chisholm is the last guy that I would have thought would have stepped up big last night after being benched in game one, because, we've seen Jazz Chisholm. It's all about him. But, man, he went up he made that play at second base last night, and then it was almost like Lorenzo Cain scoring from first, against Toronto, where as soon as that ball was hit, they knew they were scoring on that play, and it happened to be a 3-2 count, so you got a little bit of an extra jump and made it all around the bases. But Jazz Chisholm won that game for the Yankees last night. It was remarkable to see that. And then proceeded to do all of the media interviews after the game was over.
Lapping it up.
So Vince Gilligan is decided to make a new show, and it's called Pluribus. It's a show about Steven Spector. It follows the most miserable person on earth who must save the world from happiness.
Steven Spector would be trying to save, not from happy. Yeah. He tried to take happiness away.
Yeah. But the main actress in the show is the woman who plays Kim Wexler from Better Call Saul. It looks like it takes place in New Mexico all over again.
Yep. Looks like that cul-de-sac.
It does, right? And it's Pluribus. It follows the most miserable person on earth who must save the world from happiness. It releases November 7th on Apple TV.
So what does pluribus mean? E pluribus unum. We have in the United States, right? So I'm trying to think of the mindset of Vince Gilligan here. Okay, why is the title of the show pluribus? Like, what does that mean? Because I honestly, you hear e pluribus unum, I think it's on all of our money now. I don't know what it means.
Out of many one, or one from many. The word pluribus does
plural. I would imagine pluribus is probably like
pubis,
plural or something like that.
One from many. Yeah.
One from many. So
there
all right.
go.
I'm trying to think of what this show could be about, because I think that name, this is the way Vince Gilligan obviously works, but I think that name is probably going to be key to what this show is
because
about.
what's one of the best Breaking Bad episodes? Like Fina? Is that the name
Felina.
of it? Felina.
It's the last episode. Yeah, it's called Felina. And if you know the song, out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl, blah, blah, blah. And so they played that song, and it was Felina Goodbye, and that was, was it the last episode, or was it the penultimate episode? I can't, but it's one of the last two episodes that is Felina, and the song and all this. It's so good, man. It's just such a great show.
Is there anything Vince Gilligan will do that you wouldn't watch or give a chance?
No,
like
probably.
You have Apple TV.
Yeah,
you're watching this.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, because it's Vince Gilligan and all. I mean, the Better Call Sauls and El Camino can be determined however you want to take it. I know you're not as big into it as I was, but when I was watching the show, it was during COVID, so it was a binge session. I didn't want it to end. You know,
I just didn't think El Camino needed to be made. I think the unknown that Jesse Pinkman got away was perfect.
That's a fair point.
Like, I didn't need to know that, he did all this, and then, but of course it was like, well, I got to go back and kill the guy that killed my girlfriend in her house in front of me and all that sort of stuff. It's like, but sometimes the imagination is great.
Yeah.
And, that's just my take. I mean, I thought it was good for what it was.
Do you think we would have seen something new with The Sopranos had James Gandolfini not died?
No.
I don't either.
His wish was that when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
That was Gandolfini saying, like, it's done, I'm done, and we're all done. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes the way it should be.
Right.
It's okay.
And fine.
It's totally
good.
But this isn't a spin-off or a prequel
it's a
or
new
anything
show.
like
Yeah.
that. It's nothing related to Breaking Bad, right?
Which Vince Gilligan would then say, "Hold my beer. Here's Better Call Saul." And you
Yeah.
watch Better Call Saul, and you're like, "Gosh, this is great."
So good.
It was very good.
Yep.
Are you guys? Is there any? Because it's really hard for me right now with sports being like in the plethora of like everything that is right now. Because you have this month, you literally have MLB, NFL, NHL, NBA.
I know,
right?
it's all
back.
starting.
Like we're all back to it. Like
and Jack
summer's-
Hughes sitting there last night. That dude's got the world by the balls, man. What a stud!
So cool.
He's just a cool cat, man. I can imagine what he's doing in New York City.
Are you guys watching any like new shows, or is there anything we should be watching? Because I told you guys to watch the Unknown Number documentary.
Yep.
The Charlie Sheen documentary.
I started that.
good.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that one. Yep. Black Rabbit on Netflix.
You
Jude
and-
Law,
yeah.
Jason Bateman. Yeah. Spec says it's, or Spec hasn't watched it, but someone else out there. I can't remember who in the bullpen.
I'm trying to say the word from happiness.
Yeah.
Kramer, I think, was into
Yes,
it.
Kramer. That was it. Yeah. Really, really good show.
I have to admit something. I feel terrible as a human being for doing this. I'm all in on Survivor. I don't know why. I
That's
don't know.
fine.
I don't know why. Last Wednesday was the first episode of season 49.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, dude. I was like, no way.
Something was in season 22 the other day, and I'm like,
probably like Big Brother.
No, it was something that you like, and then I'm like, okay, so they do a half season here, and they count that as one season, two
Gotcha.
seasons.
It's like
But even
America's
still,
Got Talent, the
Yeah.
Masked Singer.
I forget.
So
it
I was-
may have been the Masked Singer for all I
Because
know.
I was literally sitting there and I was like, oh, Wednesday night. Because when I was a kid, Survivor was on every Thursday. We got pizza and we watched it. It was a family thing. We just loved it. We always watched Survivor. And also a hilarious episode on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Not sure if you've seen it, but there's a guy named Colby who was on Survivor. Larry's dad survived the Holocaust. And they're sitting there and they're like, he's like, yeah, I was a survivor. I was on an island for like 39 days and actually made it. And he's like, what? You're not a survivor.
Yeah.
This guy was in Auschwitz, man. Like, what are you talking about? No, Larry, I am a survivor. I am. But no, so I started watching episode 1, and it brought back everything. I was like, oh, man, I can tell whose strategy is not going to work. I can tell this. Watched episode 2 last night. Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, locked the F into Survivor.
Okay.
Because I feel like I do okay on that show until I got there.
Yeah, until you got there.
And they're
yeah.
like, you don't get Flint. You don't get Rice. You don't get, like,
Remember that show, The Big Race?
The Amazing Race?
Amazing Race, yeah. Like my wife and I would always watch that. I go,
Fun show.
Would be fun, but I always said to her, we wouldn't make it through this. We'd beat each other up.
I feel like Naked and Afraid would be a fun show. But then again, like,
That's
man,
Tuesday at my house, though, but not afraid. It's just naked.
Naked and Happy. Yeah, I can't.
I just want to win, Jen.
But yeah, Survivor, man, it's back. Season 49.
That's insane. That is crazy.
Which means you know season 50.
Well,
and
it's
Jeff
got to,
Probst
yeah.
is still doing it.
And he's the only one that gets paid, so that's why they continue to roll out these shows, because all these people are free. They're not, they're just not costing the networks to do anything.
Like I was quoting it before he even said it. Previously on Survivor.
Yeah.
Next time on Survivor. It's great, man.
He earns about $8 million per year, $4 million per season.
That's not a lot, though.
Yeah, but look
what do you
he's
think Seacrest is taking home for American Idol?
Well, I did the dive yesterday. We found out that Nicole Kidman's going to divorce Keith Urban.
Yeah, I'm available, Nicole.
Yeah. And I found out she's worth, because I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, yeah, didn't he like cheat on her? I was like, I don't know. Supposedly there's an article in People that he didn't support her career, but he wanted her to support his. Narcissistic.
That's bull, man.
And I was like, man, she's like, well, hopefully she takes all of his money. I was like, I think it's the other way around. I think she makes more than he does. Really? Nicole Kidman's net worth, $250 million. Keith Urban, $76 million.
That's it, huh? Wow. It's the worst concert I've ever been to.
He also sucks. I want to kiss a girl. Aren't you
No,
Australian?
it's leave your cat and take my sweater. There'll be nothing left together. A terrible concert.
Somebody says Chad Powers is kind of funny on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Haktua girl is in it. Like,
really?
Oh, that's the show that she's in. I saw that. Okay.
Like, it's
That's
2025, not
crazy.
2024. You know, like they missed the boat on that one, I would imagine.
Somebody says Task is really good. Spec was talking about that.
I really need to watch that.
Tulsa King is a great watch.
Everybody
We know
says
that.
Tulsa King is great.
Naked Gun is streaming on Paramount Plus.
That's what you told me. Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah.
Danny Boatwright. There's a
Yeah,
Survivor
she was
winner
in
from
there.
Kansas
Yep.
City. Yep, for sure. Amazing Race. Yes. True Green Thumb says he loved it as well. So I do love the Amazing Race, man. I'll tell you what. Hey, that would be true if you're with your wife. Like, not your wife and Georgia Spec. We have to get to this point by 6 p.m. Well, then let's get there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think we should go left. No, we should go right.
maybe we should ask this guy for directions. He looks like a local.
Yeah, just
I'm
stop
not
at a
talking
gas
to that
station.
guy.
Yeah, figure out where. But that's what you used to have to do back in the day. Stop at the gas station. Ask the gas station attendant where to go. We relied on gas station attendants to tell us everything.
Oh yeah.
Now you go into a gas station, like you're asking these guys, they don't know what's going on. But back in the '80s, hey, do you know how to? Hey, just go down that road, you take a right. But also the gas station used to fix your car and do all that stuff too.
You don't have any like good wine here? We got a bunch of bums. Coming up, are we watching the greatest of all time in the current baseball era? We'll discuss. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Zach. Are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
DQ presents the sound of your next meal at DQ. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, loving a chicken strip basket, or digging into everyday value with the $7 meal deal. Wait, where is the sound? Am I missing something? Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Makes sense. So delicious and so peaceful. Grab your favorite from the DQ food menu today at participating U.S. locations. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Shopping for a new Ford? Go where it's easy. Rob Sight Ford. Non-commissioned staff, huge trade-in values, and Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. Rob Sight Ford. ROBSIGHT.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound, a little slow at the merge with 69 highway. Stays that way up towards 67th with an accident reporting 169 highway southbound crossing over into downtown. Briefly slow across the bridge. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Jaguars on Monday night with pregame starting at 4. Kickoff at 7:15 with Mitch, Danon, and Kling. Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Uh-oh. Josh Klingler's talking to us. He's got some hot takes. He says, Tulsa King, thumbs down. Landman, thumbs down. Yellowstone Crater, now phoning cheesy.
What is Black Rabbit?
That's the one I was talking about on Netflix. It's Jason Bateman, Jude Law. Jason Bateman's directing it. And it's, have you seen Ozark at all?
No, I've not seen Ozark. You guys know I'm not a good show watcher. I'm terrible at that. Ask Josh. He's still trying to tell me to watch Breaking Bad.
It's a very good, very well-written drama.
I remember years ago, Danny Parkins brought me, back in the day, he loaned me, not brought me, it sounds like he gave it to me, but he gave me the DVDs of The Wire. Mm-hmm. You think I watched those? No, but that was back, so I gave them back. Josh, you still haven't watched it? I go, no, I have not. But then COVID happened. I watched The Wire finally. You know, so I am a terrible. Part of my problem is I like watching the games, and then the games end, and I'm tired. It's night, and I just want something that I'm going to fall asleep too quick. So I've tried 3 times now to watch this Charlie Sheen documentary, and every time it's at night, 20 minutes in, if that, I'm out. And so that's like, for me, I don't know. It's just something I need to get better at, is watching all of these shows, that people are loving.
Well, maybe to persuade you, I know what you like about Breaking Bad, or part of it is I know it makes you anxious, but it's also part of what you like about it. Like, you're on the edge of your seat, you're feel like you're in the show. I've not felt like that since Breaking Bad, like with Black Rabbit. That's the first time I felt like that.
Not even Better Call Saul?
I don't think so. Not as much as Black Rabbit.
And you've never seen The Wire, right?
I've not seen The Wire.
Yeah. I think Breaking Bad is number one by far for me on that list, where you feel like you're in the show.
This was up there.
Okay.
This was up there.
So like one of those where afterwards you're like, I got to go smoke a cigarette. Man, I got anxiety going through I need to calm down. Like, yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Really good.
But what's the plot of this again?
These are 2 brothers, both have their separate issues. They're running a restaurant together, but one's out of it as a partnership, and one's being chased by, he's got some gambling issues. They're both addicts in different ways. A lot of moving parts, but it's good. I'm about halfway through the series, and I'm loving it.
Okay.
Somebody said, is Black Rabbit who's performing the
Are people still mad about that, or is that just faux anger on X?
I mean, here's the thing.
Because I've not heard one person in real world say anything about the halftime show to me, but you look on X and everybody's like,
I thought Carrington said it best. No one is putting a gun to your head and making you watch the halftime show.
Well, nobody's doing that for a lot of things that people complain about. Yeah, and that's where I'm like, how does this affect you? Why are you complaining about it? And then they go,
Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good sports talk topic and conversation to have, but about the halftime show of the Super Bowl, people do realize, and I hate to be this honest with you, if you don't like something, don't consume it. Why consume it and then sit there and bitch about it?
You know what's also weird? We were talking about TV shows. Beavis and Butthead is back.
It is?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
What?
And I laughed so hard.
Really?
They didn't want to get evicted, so Butthead decided to eat as much food as he possibly could so he couldn't fit through the door. And the landlord couldn't evict him. And Beavis started to get hungry. He's like, Butthead, let me have some of that food. And he's like, shut up, Beavis. I don't eat this, I won't get fat.
I love it. We called the Redskins back in the day, got all the way to Marty Schottenheimer's secretary doing Beavis and Butthead. It's still one of the most remarkable things that we ever did.
Mike Judge, man. One of the best.
Who's calling, please? This is Beavis. Would you have Marty call me back? And okay, Beavis. I can't believe this is happening.
That's crazy.
I think that was my favorite drop that Wachowski would always drop is some people are dumb.
Oh, it's an all-timer, yeah. Some people are dumb.
If you like Jude Law, by the way, and you like Ethan Hawke,
for sure.
You should watch a movie called Gattaca.
Gattaca? Okay, I've never heard of it.
It's kind of a science fiction movie. You have to be like a perfect like human, like all your like DNA has to be perfect, and they send people to like the space and stuff like that. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Jude Law, Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman. Babe.
Damn.
Uma.
Yes. I don't know what I like more, Kill Bill or Poison Ivy. Quick answer, Poison Ivy. No, but I think this is interesting when you come to the playoffs, because are we witnessing maybe the greatest baseball player to ever play the sport?
Yeah, for me, he is. I mean, he just dominates on both sides, and that's where I think he gets the nod for everybody else, because he's a great pitcher and he's a great hitter, and we have not seen that. I mean, Babe Ruth was the last one, and baseball hasn't allowed us to see that. I wonder if we changed the rules of baseball where the pitcher still was your best athlete, the best player in your town or whatever, the shortstop, pitcher, hitter, all that kind of stuff. I wonder what the game would have been like if we never had the designated hitter and pitchers hit at the professional level like they did their whole life growing up in Little League and in high school and in Babe Ruth ball, and then you get to college and it's a little bit differently with the designated hitter. But I would love to see what it would have been like in baseball, how the game would be perceived right now, and who the best player would be considered in baseball right now if the pitchers actually hit like they did when they were kids, where they were the best player on the field.
Yeah, like I'm sure Paul Skeens used to smoke pitching.
Absolutely, right?
Now, again, I don't know how long he was, because Kramer and I went and did the Livy Dunn thing with the audience out there, asking people if they knew who Paul Skeens' girlfriend was. And we got to be on the field for warm-ups, and you knew who Paul Skeens was right away. Like, he's just a monster of a man. Like, I didn't know he was that big. And I think with baseball, like football, it's hard. It's not hard to find, because like you think about it, in football, the best player is always considered the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Why? Touches the ball, controls the game. What does a pitcher do in baseball?
Yeah,
they touch the ball every single play and control the game, right? So it's hard to say, because it's almost like we contradict ourselves when we're like, the best baseball player on the planet, in my opinion, is Bobby Witt Jr., because he's a five-tool player, does whatever he can. I'm open to the argument of Shohei Ohtani, because he does 50-50 and all that sort of stuff.
It's nuts.
Like, right? Yeah. DH. Doesn't play a position, but he pitches. So it kind of takes that whole argument and kind of.
Oh, if he was just a DH, no, we're not having this. Yeah, no.
But he's not like a fat classic DH hitter. He's giant of a man, in shape, and hits tanks all the time, and pretty much can put a game away with the first at bat. Hit a home run. It's like, oh, he just hit that 400
the other night, you and I both were, all right, this is over. As soon as he hit it, we're like, okay, this game is over.
Yeah. So I mean, I do think it's great, because you don't have to like him, but you can appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like when Bonds was doing his thing, and everybody's like, oh, he's juiced out of his mind. It's like, yes, so? Like, watch how fun this is.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and so I think this is great, because unfortunately he does play for the Dodgers, but again, he's doing it against the top tier talent. And he's been something that we haven't really seen, because we all thought, oh, he's going to pitch and hit. Okay, what's he going to be, like a 4+ ERA pitcher, be like a fourth guy in your rotation? No, he's going to be an ace. Like, he's going to be the ace in your rotation, and he's going to be the ace in your lineup, which I thought was hilarious. This is how good the Dodgers are. Last night, Terry Francona, man on second, Shohei Ohtani comes up, walk him. Who's up after him? Mookie Betts.
Yeah, right.
But who you could also say is, for a while,
smart move, though.
I mean, it is. So it's crazy, though, because we know pitchers are athletes. Like, you look at CeCe Sabathia back in the day, that guy could hit tanks.
Yep.
You look at Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke was the one I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
If we got to see Zach Greinke be a hitter and a pitcher at the big league level, would he'd be in the conversation, I think, as one of the great of all time. If he hit the way that I know he was capable of hitting before he got to the professional level, right? Because, I mean, what the hell was that? Was that somebody fart, or did somebody fall off the roof?
Was that Mac's phone?
What was that?
Did y'all hear that chair from the other room? That was just me moving the chair. Y'all heard that?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
It sounded like something like...
That's so weird. It wasn't even
turned
that
Mac
loud.
into Tennessee Mac.
Yeah.
My mic wasn't on or anything.
Y'alls in like 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Y'all hear that, y'all? All y'all? That's Texas for everybody. But I do think, like, the Zach Greinke thing, I remember having a conversation with him right before he went away after he was playing the game and whatnot, and early days, like 2003, and we're standing in the dugout, and he goes, I'm just bored at pitching. I want to hit. I want to play shortstop. I'm like, oh, God.
Are you comfortable to say that Shohei Ohtani will surpass, or has already surpassed, Ichiro as the best Japanese-born athlete in baseball?
Yeah, because he does it on both sides. Yeah, he's doing something that nobody else can do. And until we see somebody else do that, and I'd love to see Paul Skeens hit. I would have loved to see
Skeens used to hit for Air Force. Dude would hit absolute bombs.
Yeah, but it's also
sure.
in Colorado Springs, so how much of that was, affected by the altitude out there? But I would just love it. I would love to be able to see these pitchers hit that have been such great athletes. I think Zach Greinke would have been a special hitter. I really do. I think we'd be talking about Zach Greinke as one of the greatest baseball players of all time if he was able to be a two-way player and a guy that was able to hit when he pitched.
We'll bring this conversation full circle because from the 702, my 17-year-old discovered old Beavis and Butthead episodes recently. He was telling us all about it like it was a brand new show. Then they said, dumbass. Coming up next, one of the best athletes at the station, Alex Gold, joins us here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Park and Go are saying, hey, it's time to park. The holiday travel season is coming up, and you need to make your reservations right now. Well, that's what I do anyway. When I make my flight reservation, I go right away to bookparkandgo.com or with their easy-to-use app, and I make my parking reservation. And I also prepay, because when I prepay, I save money and get their lowest rate. And we're not just getting a parking spot. We're getting a covered parking spot. Every spot at Park and Go at KCI is covered, so you know your car is always going to be protected. And they have customer service that just can't be beat. As soon as you pull into that spot that they reserve specifically for you, the van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal. And you are there in no time at all. You're never waiting for a bus to get to your flight. And when you get back, you're not waiting either. You're just walking off the plane, grabbing your bags, walk outside, and the Park and Go bus is there. Jump on it, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars, and you're going to love GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan. During halftime or overtime, from spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play, all from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, we share stories that are funny, strange, heartbreaking, and above all, true.
I myself have been married for 56 years. Unfortunately, to 4 different women.
It turns out the people I was looking for all my life is what you people would call nerds.
Follow and listen to The Moth on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming to Missouri. On December 1st, you'll finally be able to bet on all your favorite teams and all your favorite sports. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. You can bet everything from the money line to over-unders to which team will win it all. You'll be able to build parlays, bet player props, or even ride the live line. Whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. Plus, with live betting, you can pick which player will score the next touchdown or the touchdown after that. However you play your game, FanDuel's got your back. On December 1st, you'll be able to see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. With FanDuel, there's a ton of ways for you to get in on the action. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 88.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. It's time for Golden Locks with Alex Gold.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
Hey, don't forget, college football coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light and Tanners are teaming up to make every college game day legendary. Every Saturday, rep your college team, catch every play, and enjoy $15 buckets only at Kansas area Tanner locations. Bud Light and Tanners, from the stands to the bar, your game day headquarters. Cincinnati, man, what happened? What happened?
Cincinnati. Same old late game situations. I mean, Lance Leipold's been pretty open about that this week. It's
there's
frustrating.
a lot of Cincinnati to mention. I didn't know if you were going with KU Cincinnati.
I knew
the
what
Reds.
he meant. I
didn't know the Bengals. You know,
I knew what he meant, but for like a half second, I paused and I was like, "Yeah, are you talking about Cincinnati Bengals sucking? We don't really need to talk about them as much anymore, do we?"
Boy, Zach Taylor's going down with that ship, isn't he? Jake Browning's our guy.
As a Chiefs fan, you should hope they're just good enough where Zach Taylor doesn't get fired.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. Yeah,
I don't think you want him fired.
The devil that you know is better than the devil you don't know.
Don't we always say you can't get fired if you lose your quarterback, like in the injury? But again, this tends to happen a lot. But like,
that's not the coach's fault, though.
Right.
It's not.
So
but
then you shouldn't get fired, right?
No, the GM's been a disaster.
Correct.
Honestly, that's I don't know who the GM is, but that GM should be fired. I mean, based on how they've built that roster, you have Joe Burrow injury prone, sure, but also you're not protecting him. We all know they invested in Higgins and Chase. Should have only paid one of them. Right. Your defense stinks. They should trade Trey Hendrickson here in the next couple weeks.
Well, he ain't coming back.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean that was
walk for free.
But to me, it's not even the GM. It's ownership in that town and with that franchise as to why they are where they are. You know, you're only as good as the top allows you to be. You stink from the neck down. They always tell you. You know, you rot from the head down. And if you have bad ownership, you're not going to have a good franchise no matter how much you try and how many people you put in place. It's still a remarkable thing what Dayton was able to do with Glass lording over this thing for all those years.
So game Monday night, I hate Monday night when it's your team because it's like you get all the prep for the week, but then it's like you got to get through Saturday and Sunday and all that. Fridays don't hit the same, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. Is it wrong to bet a prop bet that Mahomes throws an interception with the #1 turnover team in the NFL with the Jags?
No, I don't think it's wrong. Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars are turning over people at a ridiculous rate
now,
to
again,
this
their
point.
Quarterbacks they faced, you know this: Bryce Young, Jake Browning, C.J. Stroud, and
look, I would. But the logic makes
Mac
sense.
Jones.
I'm not going to bet Mahomes to throw a pick, but I totally get why. Like, if there was ever a game, they're an opportunistic defense. I think that the question is, and I'm sure you guys are talking about it all week leading into Monday, is how much is it the schedule and how they perform? Because it's not like the Jags offensively have looked great. Their defense, while they're forcing all those turnovers, some of that is, hey, you're obviously being opportunistic. There's also some luck involved in that. I mean, we've talked about that in Kansas City over the years with the defenses, and sometimes it's just that year you're the offense that's turning it over a little bit more. Some bad breaks, balls are bad up in the air. There's sometimes where defensively you're the team benefiting, and I tend to think that the Jags defense is pretty darn good, but also the rate that the Jags defense is pretty darn good, but also the rate that they're turning. And so I do think some of it is the opponent. And then, the Jags as a team, seeing them as 3-point underdogs, I'm not sold on their offense at all. Liam Cohen, I actually thought was a good hire. I like him quite a bit, even though the whole sign stealing thing was weird the way he reacted. That made no sense. And the Duval stuff at the presser. But he was brought in to kind of get Trevor Lawrence right. And to this point, Trevor Lawrence has been average at best. I would say ETN's been the whole thing for them, and Brian Thomas is a stud, but he has had a slow start to the season as well. Yeah. So the interception bet, I get why you would make it. I'm not going to bet that, but I get why you would make it. I do like the Chiefs to cover the 3 on the road. I think we're about to see the start of a run here for Kansas City.
It's still 3?
It is still 3, depending on the book. It's 3 at FanDuel at least right now.
Let me ask you this: we talk about Buffalo too in this equation, right? Their combined record against their opponents is 1-12, right? Enough with Buffalo being this great team. You've played nobody. Same thing with Jacksonville, though. They've played nobody, as you mentioned. How do you factor that in when you're kind of handicapping a game, Alex?
Bob, that's really none of your business.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. When you look at some of these games, it has to be part of the equation. Especially early in the season when you're, what was your evaluation on the Jags going into the year and what you thought they were going to be? And for me, if they were winning in a way that's more sustainable, that's how I would weigh it more. Like if Trevor Lawrence was going out there and playing really good football, I would say, wow, Liam Cohen has figured this thing out. That's more sustainable to me than the turnovers. And so when you look at how they're going about doing that and with the opponents and how they played, I don't view it as real as I would another opponent, is what I would say to that.
Right. I don't view it as real either, because the opponent does matter. It is who you play. And look, congratulations to Jacksonville and Buffalo taking advantage of those opponents, stacking wins early in the year. You can't take anything away from them. But I think sometimes it's a false sense of how good a
Depends
team
on the track
may
record
be.
too. I mean,
there is none for Jacksonville
for them, right? Whereas Buffalo, Josh Allen, we know he's the second best quarterback in football, and nobody's really debating that at this point. And so you believe what you're seeing more. You also know that they're going to get better. The Jags, are they going to get better, or this is just who they are?
Right.
I picked them to win their division, but I didn't think it would be in this way. I thought Trevor Lawrence would get going. I didn't think they'd be carried by their defense and ETN at this point in time. So, I think for that game on Monday night, the spread -3 is intriguing. Also, guys, the team totals. See where you guys are at on each one of these. So the Chiefs over-under as a team is 24.5. I kind of like the Jags team total under. It's 21.5. This Chiefs defense is obviously playing really, really well. So can Jacksonville score more than 21 points against Kansas City? I like that bet more than betting the Chiefs to score over 24.5. I know we're all feeling good about the offense, but just game script and the way the game could go, I think it's more likely the Chiefs hold the Jags to 21 or fewer than still the Chiefs score more than 24.5, just because the defense could be dominant.
Well, you look at the scores, right? The biggest number they've given up this year is 27 points.
That was a different defense.
Exactly, a lot different defense. They gave up 20 to Philadelphia, 9 to the Giants, and then 20, really 13, if you will, to Baltimore the other day. So I love the under bet on that, just because that's not just a small track record this year. It's 33 games now of a track record where this team is giving up 18 points per game, right? And so you factor all of that in. I'll say a younger quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, like Spags is going to outwit this Cohen guy on the sidelines and the quarterback and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm not worried about that. So I love the under there. At 24.5, I'm looking at that over right now for the Chiefs. You're going to 21, 17, 22, 37. At 24.5, I may take the under on that just because that's kind of been the track record. But me being the homer that I am, I'll take the under on the defense and I'll take the over on the offense.
Yeah. I'm going to stay away from the Chiefs team total because if you think the under for both, well, then you might as well bet the under for the game. Yeah, because that's obviously what they're making the numbers off of. And
probably like 44.5 or somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think I believe that would be right based off of what they have, the 24.5 and 21.5 for each team, something like that. One other thing just to point out about the Chiefs, you can utilize this if you're live betting, if you're on the Kansas side, soon on the Missouri side, Dusty, I know. When the Chiefs lead early, they're tough to beat, and you're like, well, no bleep, Alex. Well, the numbers are staggering. Kansas City is 65-7, so they win at 90% clip since 2018 if they lead after the first quarter. So
after the what quarter?
First quarter. The Chiefs have a first quarter lead. They are winning 90% of the time.
Best of since when?
2018.
So then if you take the Chiefs to...
Holy crap.
And 30-0 in the last 3 seasons, guys.
So if you think the Chiefs win the the game by 3.5 or 3, then you would say that the Chiefs would win the first quarter into that score.
In the last 3 years, they're 30-0 if they're leading after the first quarter. The last time that they lost after leading in the first quarter, unfortunately, was the Bengals AFC title game in 2022.
January 22. So that's the last time they lost after having a first quarter lead? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Like, that's...
Take that, Gary Myers.
Yeah.
So
sort of a dynasty, a small one, you know.
Well, it's not 20 years. We
Yeah.
got
You know what I say to Gary? I'll tell Gary this right now. Yeah. That's right, Gary.
Well,
Yeah.
So prop-wise, who's the guy you like on the offense this week for the Chiefs?
So as much as they utilize Xavier Worthy and he didn't find the end zone this past week, I think that's where everybody would like gravitate. I feel that's the only part that is causing me not to want to bet it because I think that's the one that makes the most sense, though.
You're a big go against everybody else guy.
A lot of times I like going against the public. Now, I'll show you there's some numbers on just the spread and how the public's been doing this year. But FanDuel does not have any anytime touchdowns up yet, so I don't have those. I think DraftKings might list a few of them.
They only had like 4 or 5. It was Kelsey,
it's too early in the
Worthy,
week.
Yeah.
For the Monday night games. We'll find out later on today or tomorrow. So I don't know what the numbers would be in the odds on it. Worthy, because of the amount of touches he got, you like your odds on him finding the end zone, but at the same time, watch that not be the case. So I would look. Actually, I think as all the talk about Brashard Smith and some more snaps, I'd be curious to see what his number is. If it's only like 2-1, I'm not going to bet it. But if he's 4.5 or 5-1, I think Brashard Smith getting more playing time. And then I think Kareem Hunt. I think based on what he's done, he's shown that he's the guy that's going to get the most carries in the backfield at this point in time.
And then you have the only 4 that I saw on here was ETN. He's minus like 140.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Kelce both at plus 180. So we know where you're going on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Young Kelsey on the board again.
Kelsey on the board again. Damn right I am.
Well, with Worthy, everything looked a little easier for him, didn't it?
Worthy on DraftKings was plus 165.
Okay.
So that's all we have right now.
Also pisses Spector off that I'm going to continue to pick Kelsey, but I'm going to live and die with Travis. I think he's still going to have a very.
I just
big
keep
year.
picking long shots on our in-office contest.
One has to hit
because the way the setup is just $10 of not your real money every week, and you're just trying to.
Who do you have this week?
I'm going Giants defense gets the Saints 8-1.
Oh, I like that.
Strip sack of Spencer Rattler, and then just run it back. Is he still starting, or have they gotten to Tyler Shuck yet?
Can you bet over-unders on tackles for guys?
You can. It's a sick bet, but you can.
Because it's like
think about sweating that out in the game. It's in the third quarter, like Nick Bolton. I need another tackle.
I mean, yeah. Could you imagine that? But it's also like, 2 tackles are so subjective.
It's like a second and 10 play, and it's like a gain of 5 pulling his tackle. Bob's like, there we go. It's like, what are you excited about, dude?
Yeah, it's like he gained 10 yards on the run. Yeah, but I needed the tackle.
I needed that tackle. But tackles are subjective. It's a guy sitting up there in a booth, so that's why I wondered, can you bet on stuff that is subjective?
You can't. It's funny. There was a whole there's a whole article in the NBA about this from a couple years ago because same thing with rebounds and assists, and there was a little bit of conspiracy on what was going. Like one scorekeeper at I can't remember what NBA arena or what NBA team, people were noticing that they were way more giving towards rebounds or assists, or for a certain player. And so people were saying, what's going on here? So to your point, yes, you can get screwed. Especially in the NBA, it happens way more where
they just cheat on everything.
From what I've seen from the NBA is that you get credit for assists if they only take 2 dribbles. So if they dribble more than twice, they take the assist away. So if he goes 1, 2, 3, and then puts it up, no assist. 1, 2, up, assist. Dead serious.
Really?
And last night you could see, and then last night you could have seen
counting dribbles.
Well, this is the issue. This is why it's wrong. This is why people get screwed and upset on it quite a bit.
You could look at last night. There could have been somebody that had Aaron Judge over 1.5 or 2.5 runs, hits, and RBI. Last night Duran makes that play in left field. They considered it a hit.
That's an error. That's got to be changed to an error.
I don't know if it is today, but that would have been for the betting group. That's a hit and an RBI, and that's 2. So you would have clipped if you had 1.5. Moving on to tonight, I want to get into baseball as well as we're kind of running against clock here. But tonight, there is a Thursday night football game. You are anti on me on this one.
Yeah,
so I love the Rams 8.5.
Yeah,
because I know that you're going to have numbers of Shanahan against the spread and all that sort of stuff. There's too many guys missing in this game, in my opinion. There's too many guys in San Francisco that aren't playing this game that are pivotal guys. This isn't like a defensive tackle, a cornerback, and a quarterback. This is star tight end, number 1 wide receiver, number 2 wide receiver, number 3 wide receiver, and all these guys are important. And then it's Mac Jones. So I know Kyle Shanahan is a great coach. I give him all the credit in the world. But can he do it with this on the road on a short week. There's a lot of odds to stack against it where I like the 8.5 for the Rams.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking before the show. This is more about me. You're way confident on the 8.5, it sounds like. I'm not betting the 49ers at plus 8.5. I'm not betting either side of the game. I'm just saying.
But you're also not betting the Rams minus 8.5.
Correct, exactly. That's what it more is for me. I'm not confident at all in the Rams covering the 8.5 as much as you are. Everything you said, I can't dispute. I mean, it's the facts are they're missing all these star players and everything. I think, though, in the NFL, you get up to 8.5, it gets a little tricky. That's all. And it is 8.5 at DraftKings. For your bet, go to FanDuel. You can get the Rams still 7.5. Now, 7.5. It's not a key number, but still you'll take the point, right? Mm-hmm. So that'd be the only thing. If you're someone that is on your side and you believe, hey, no, the Rams are going to destroy the 49ers tonight, probably go check out FanDuel on that one because the number's better.
Right.
My only thing would be it's a short week. Yes, the Niners are traveling, but they're in California. They're not going to the East Coast.
It's an hour flight.
It's not that part doesn't matter. The injuries, the Niners have been without weapons all year. Tonight is the worst it's been. Mac Jones has played 2 games this year. Not an opponent like the Rams, right? It's the Arizona and the Saints.
And the Rams have a physical defense.
They do. This is by far the best defense they have faced and the best defense Mac Jones has seen as a starting quarterback in a while. That is all true. But they've been without some of their top wide receivers all year. They were without Kittle for a couple weeks. Bosa for a couple.
Always without Kittle.
So, the Rams are going to win the game tonight. The Rams are absolutely going to win. Survivor pools, people are going to pick the Rams if they haven't used them. A lot of people will for that. I just think 8.5 points, backdoor cover written all over. I would be nervous that late in the fourth quarter, Rams are up 14 points or something, where all people have flipped off the TV, and all of a sudden, garbage time, Mac Jones finds, I guess, MVS. Sky Moore.
Let's go with Sky.
For
Marcus Robinson.
For a touchdown.
Marcus Robinson.
It's the old Chiefs wide receiver room for Mac Jones tonight. So I get it. It's an ugly game. I mean, the 49ers it's going to be the Christian McCaffrey show, which is why the bet that I actually do like is McCaffrey over 16.5 attempts tonight, rush attempts, even money. He's carried the ball over that 3 of his 4 games this year.
I like his reception props.
Same. I think, they're going to feed him. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this is where the NFL seemingly always wins. The house, I should say, always wins, not the NFL, because everybody thinks this is going to be some sort of blowout. This is going to be a lot closer. I think it may be a blowout till about 4 minutes to go, and as you said, the garbage time stuff, and it's mano y mano. It's brother versus brother in this game with Shanahan against McVay. Shanahan's a hell of a coach, man. He's really done a nice job with all of these injuries to have his team where they are. They're not going to lay down tonight.
I don't think so. Now, last year when they were so banged up, they ended up finishing 1-7. So at some point you can't overcome it. I just think they've been dealing with the injuries all year. I don't think there's the big one, of course, is going to be Ricky Pearsall. That's not going to be available tonight. I think that's fair. They've been without Jawan Jennings off and on. They've been without Kittle for a couple weeks. The only thing I will say, it presents an opportunity when you have all the offensive injuries. Sometimes, as much as we talk about anytime touchdown bets, years ago you could have got Travis Kelce at 6-1 to score touchdowns and stuff. You don't see that anymore. So for a game tonight where there's a bunch of starters out for the 49ers, if you take a look at receiving props or touchdown props, there's guys way further down the depth chart that somebody's got to catch the ball for Mac Jones. They're not going to probably get shut out tonight. Somebody's going to score a touchdown. And if it's not Christian McCaffrey, well, you could go way down the board on some 49ers players. Anybody's in play.
What is Sky Moore to get a touchdown tonight?
Because there's your long shot bet.
Yeah, that's
Sky Moore is 15-1, guys. So that's my point. Is somebody probably that is way off the. Usually it's stuck with 3 or 4 guys, and it's the bet. Tonight's a night where you could take a sprinkle on some guys further down the board. Kendrick Bourne is 3.5-1. He's going to get reps tonight. Even the backup running up, Brian Robinson Jr., who they traded for from the Commanders. McCaffrey's going to carry the ball a lot, but also someone's going to spell him.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson, 7-1.
I heard he's a sneaky play because if it is a blowout in the second half, why are you putting McCaffrey in this game, who's obviously on an injury prone
and that's the other thing.
Last
this is a blowout, McCaffrey
guys.
should not be in the second half at all.
He might get a hamstring injury.
You can bet anytime touchdown, last touchdown. I mean, if the garbage time touchdown, if you think it's the scenario you brought up, for example, Brian Robinson Jr., 25-1 to score the last touchdown. So if you just take 3 minutes to go, they hand it off, Rams have their backups in. It's a sick way to bet, but it's fun too.
Yeah, it's a sick way to bet. 3-leg parlay today.
What do you got?
MLB.
What are you doing?
So I don't. You have one, or you want me to have one?
I think I want to. I want to go. I
think the Tigers.
I think the Tigers. I think the Yankees, and I think the Padres.
So I'm on the Tigers. I actually think I thought
those are teams you want to win, or the teams you think
that's
are
what I think
win?
you're going to win.
Yeah. So the Tigers. I want the Red Sox to win. I don't think they are either.
Darvish going up against his old team in Chicago today.
Yeah. What about the pitcher for the Yankees? That's his name.
Yeah, I know what it is, but you got to be careful when
It's
you say
Schiffler?
No, it's.
I'm not say his name. That's his name. Schittler.
Yeah,
that's his name. That's his name. I can say that.
It's Schlitt.
Yeah,
Schlittler.
Gotcha.
You not what you said. That's why I said we got to be careful here.
Just go with Cam. Cam's
I mean,
pitching tonight.
you got to pause and think.
It's like when you say
Schlittler.
cities, you got to make sure you get
Yeah.
the city.
Who's
in
calling
there.
the game tonight for ESPN on that one?
I'm sure the guy with
Ravitch.
the toupee, Ravitch.
Yeah, it'll be Carl Ravitch.
We'll see how he
BBL Stinky.
No, but I like the Tigers. I actually think the fact that the collapse is already over for them, to me, they're playing with way less pressure at this point. Everybody's talking how bad they were and they're crapping down their leg and all that kind of stuff. And then now they
were schlittering down their leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So I actually like the Tigers quite a bit today.
Who's
guys.
pitching for the Red Sox tonight?
Early. That name's not as fun to say. Early.
Connolly Early.
Well,
Mission
sometimes
Hills
sometimes on a Saturday morning, you wake up early, you got a Schittler early.
That's the mashup, Dusty.
Who's your World Series favorite?
World Series favorite. I have the Phillies to win.
I do too. Yeah. I think they're the best team out there right now.
And I
Playing
think
the best.
updated odds, the Dodgers are now the outright favorite after their dominant
Which if Philly
series.
wins, that means Schwarber gets his ring, and then he finishes his career in Kansas City in right field.
No.
Okay.
No,
I would. I'm good.
You don't like Schwarb?
I think this is the last
The
hurrah.
dollar amount is going to be not my money, but the dollar amount's going to be insane.
He's kind of interesting contract too, because if they do have a sit-out session, no one wants to give that guy a whole big contract if he's going to miss an entire year at the age that he is.
Well, and yeah, you're right. It's going to be interesting to see how free agency happens this offseason with the lockout coming. I mean, it's
27.
Yeah, because we only got one more year. Are you signing guys to long-term contracts this offseason? Or, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see
I'm
how
actually
the
surprised
owners-
nobody, Piccolo's press conference, I'm actually surprised nobody asked him about if they're already thinking about
Well,
that.
because people don't ask the right questions at press conferences.
Yeah, they asked the right one about the.
Someone says, love hearing Cody cuss. Well, you'll have to wait till 10 because Cody hasn't been on this segment.
Right.
Oh, man, that's tough.
He's got new shampoo or something?
We brought it up. I asked him. Multiple people were texting in. I said, your hair looks really, really dark. And he said, really? And he said, well, I'm using new shampoo. He said, the wife bought new shampoo. I go,
Nice.
did it have
Just
coloring?
for men or something?
I think it's darker.
Well, maybe
he
hasn't
said it
gone
might just be
outside
long. He said it might just be longer.
He might not be going outside as much either after getting stung in the lip by a wasp.
But that was a month or so ago.
I wouldn't go back outside.
Yeah.
I don't know about
He
you.
ran over a bee nest with his lawnmower.
Yeah, well,
you
F
can't
around
do
and
that.
find out.
That's
right?
exactly right.
Yeah. Other than Dayton Hughes, what's coming up on Cody and Gold?
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about the number one seed convo in the AFC a little bit. I tend to think that...
Still think it's over?
It's over. I still do. We'll get into that. And then talk about Carter Jensen and looking ahead to the future and just based on some comments earlier in the week we didn't get to from Matt Quattrero and JJ Piccolo and how they're going to utilize him.
Let me drink that canned craft cocktail over
You can
there?
have it if you want it.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate it. Appreciate the
guys.
time. Take care. Coming up next, we wrap this show up, get you ready for a Friday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with autopay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
This is Creed Humphrey. Kansas City has the best fans in the world and the best bull riding team in the PBR. The Outlaws are looking to win it all this year, but they can't do it without you. I'm the chief of Outlaw Attitude, and I need you to pack the house. So buckle up and make some noise. The Outlaws are coming, and we know KC will be there with us. Come see Kansas City's next dynasty and join me at PBR Team Outlaw Days, October 3rd through 5th.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
The 24-monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier or cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Ready to kick off the fun? Chumba Casino is your go-to game plan during halftime or overtime. From spinning slots to instant scratch-style cards, it's like running the perfect play. All from home. New players score a free welcome bonus and daily logins with a shot at some serious prizes every time you play. Get in the game and visit ChumbaCasino.com today. Let's Chumba. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to see you never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics True Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown score bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last touchdown of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Alex to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Alex for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt in. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets will expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit kansgamblinghelp.com.
Would you be at a Royals game today if it was in the postseason?
Are you schlifflering me?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Out loud. Would you go? You'd be there, right?
Yeah. Well, honestly.
You know, Bob, that's really none of your business.
Yeah. Okay. So our friend Gene Watson, who's celebrating his birthday today, right?
Watson, 69?
He is 69, forever 69.
He's close to my dad.
Number
my dad's
one in
birthday
your heart?
is next Wednesday. He turns 69 as well.
Does he really?
Yep.
Yeah. Gene's like 55, maybe,
okay.
I think. I can't remember. Somewhere up there. And he sent this from Instagram to me. And you and I were talking about this almost in utter amazement, really.
Yeah.
The Phillies had an inter-squad game yesterday. That's what they've been doing. They've been playing inter-squad games to stay fresh. You know, not a bad idea. And they sold tickets to the inter-squad game. 31,000 seats available. Guess how many tickets they sold for that inter-squad game?
40,000.
Close. Mac?
You said close, and I don't know, 20?
31,000. They sold out. Yes. Now,
how many people went and saw Cleveland play a playoff game yesterday?
And that's the other thing that we're going to get to right now, right? And then Cleveland has a playoff game yesterday, a winner take all, live or die type of playoff game. It's a playoff game. You had this great comeback. 26,669 went to that game last night in a stadium that seats, 37,000, 36.8 or something like that, because we looked up the number.
3640.
They were about 10,000 off capacity for a
That's
win.
bizarre to me.
It's insane. Dodgers aren't selling out these games. The Braves for a while, I remember having these conversations before 14 and 15 and looking at the Braves stadium and going, they're not even going. They're so bored by the first round of the playoffs, they're not even going anymore. I hope when the playoffs come to Kansas City, if at that time, we don't do that and we don't take it for granted. And we haven't. We've had a lot of winning here in Kansas City, guys, and we have not taken it for granted from an attendance standpoint and supporting our team standpoint. Because if there was a playoff game this week at Kauffman Stadium, that place would be packed to the gills.
You wouldn't talk about football because the Chiefs play Monday.
Right.
You would talk about an elimination game today.
Right.
All day. I mean, we'd have had Vern. We'd have had Lefevre.
Oh, we'd have had everybody.
Ned.
Yeah.
We'd have tried to have Eric Hosmer. And then it would have been like, and then the Chiefs play on Monday night, and Trayvon Walker is day-to-day.
Right.
And you're like, wait a minute, what? That defensive guy for the Jaguars who had surgery on his wrist? Tell me more about how the Royals can potentially match up against, that guy that they Jack Flaherty guy,
right?
Because that's who's pitching for Detroit today. And you're like, yeah, that's right. To me, it's just amazing that Cleveland, my whole life, was known as selling out the Jays.
Every game, you couldn't buy a ticket to that place.
And they're 10,000 short?
10,000 short of a sellout yesterday.
Now, I understand it is a Tuesday at noon.
Right.
Or Wednesday at noon.
Right.
So maybe that's tough, but here's the deal. Hey, boss. Hey, Daryl, there's a really big playoff game today. It's an elimination game. Now, I want to guarantee this. I'll take the over on 26,000 today.
Oh, I will too. I would think they would be sold out for a game like this. And look, everybody knows it's the playoffs. And has anybody really worked since 2020? Like followed the rules at work? Like can't get off of
what's
work
her name's
today.
back in the office?
That is true. She finally did show back up. But people out of the office, working remote, all that guy. It's amazing, unbelievable.
I still double take.
I know it's still shocking that person's back in the office. But it's. I just lost my train of thought. Like nobody follows the 9 to 5 rules anymore, right? Like you want to bounce, you bounce, and people say, "Okay, fine." He went to wherever.
What do you think the average time that someone leaves at 9 to 5 on Friday? Because like my buddies who work construction, and construction varies, right?
Yeah,
if your job site's finished or like the framer doesn't show up, there's no reason for me to be here, right?
Right.
But more often than not, I'll get a text because everyone knows my schedule. All my friends are like, "Oh, it must be nice. You're out by 11." I'm like, yeah, well,
it must be nice at 3:45, and you're sitting, sleeping.
But like, they'll be like, "Hey, are you available?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay." And then like Fridays, it's like multiple people are like, "Yeah, I'm leaving the office at 2 today. I'm available at 3:15 to go hit up a happy hour." I'm like, "Hell yeah, man, let's do it."
Yeah.
So like, I
Nobody
wonder what
works.
the average time is on Fridays that people. But that is alarming to me that the Cleveland Guardians, who literally fought all the way back, and not a sellout yesterday.
And maybe that's part of it, fans. And I will say this, as I know from just being in life now with the kids in high school, it's busier than I ever thought it would be. And so I'm never going to be one of those, you need to go to the game. When you're 15 out, who was planning for October in Cleveland, right? Nobody was planning to have that, but then it showed up, and you're like, oh, okay, now I got to figure out a way to get there. Well, I got this with the kids, I got that with the kids, I got this going on. Life happened because you weren't planning on this. It's easier, I think, like if you're in Philadelphia or the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Chiefs, like part of our planning for the year when we plan our, family and whatnot for the year. Well, Chiefs this weekend, playoff game. Like we plan for those playoff games because they are a perennial playoff team at this point in time. And so I think the Cleveland thing just snuck up on everybody. But I think you're 100%, 1,000,000% right when you say it'll be sold out. And if it's not today, come on.
Game starts in 2 hours. Can't wait. Mac, what do you think about Trayvon Walker maybe missing Monday Night Football game?
And people are trying to make it a big story. That guy's been more of a bust than anything, but they do need him.
Second on the Jags defense in pressures this season.
That's good. Yeah, him and Josh Allen. That's nice. Joshua Hines Allen.
Joshua Hines.
My fault.
Nobody
My
confused.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, you change your name too if you were named after the number one
fair.
quarterback
Yes.
allegedly in the NFL.
Yes. If I was playing in like 2012, my name was Tom Brady, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm changing my
I'll
name.
be Thomas Hot Ham and Cheese Brady.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a big of a deal. It's big for the Jags, I guess, but I don't think it's a game changer. I'm not like, oh, Trayvon Walker's playing. Yikes, what are we gonna do?
So you have to consume this Chiefs game in the wonderful area of Mexico.
Yeah, who's getting married again?
Hannah's older sister is getting
Okay, because
married.
Jen said to me, "Who's getting married?" I go, "I think Mac's sister-in-law or something." She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
His brothers aren't married. He's not married. Like, there's no, like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, I don't know,
man.
And I told Mac the way to do this is to take his Roku with him.
Yeah, you take Josh taught me that when he goes on the road. He goes, "Yeah, you just bring your Fire Stick or your Roku with you."
I told you, Carrington taught me that. Carrington's like, "Yeah, if I go somewhere and I don't think they're going to have it, I'll just take my Fire Stick, plug that sucker in, connect to the Wi-Fi. I've got everything in my hands."
Yes.
How great would that be? Monday,
awesome.
swim up bar, right? Weddings on Sunday, maybe.
I think it's wedding on Sunday,
And
I
then,
think.
yeah.
Where in Mexico is it?
Cancun.
Okay, so
Doesn't know when the wedding is.
So say,
well, it's a destination. You're just following along.
Monday
at this
is, and
point,
it's same
yeah.
time zone.
Yeah.
Yep, same
And-
time zone.
No, I think Cancun's an hour early.
No, you found out?
I looked it up
is?
last
Okay,
night. Yeah,
all right.
same time.
And they're going to get married on Monday at 7:30.
I hope so. I hope they do. I hope the
Why do
wedding
you
is
want the
Monday at
demise?
7:30. It'd be fantastic. I'd love it.
No.
I'd pay for that.
Oh, man, that's funny.
I'd be like Jay Binkley, man. I'd be pissed.
Nah, you wouldn't.
No,
Does
I'd be fine.
anybody
You'd be
here
fine.
have
It'd be
anything
fine.
to say regarding the two people getting married? Yes! Mac? Sorry, I had Xavier Worthy anytime.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Can you bet in Cancun?
It's a good question.
That's
I
a
thought
big
about that
no.
too.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't probably
not.
I mean, there's probably a guy. I mean, you know, but
Yeah, I don't
don't
wanna be
think you
dealing
know-
with that.
Yeah, no, I don't think
What's
you
up,
want to deal
man?
with
What
that.
do you want? You want some mota? No, sir, I don't. What do you want? I want the cheese. Cheese right now, plus 8.5. Yes, thank you.
Yes, please.
So you will hopefully watch the game, but more importantly, you're going to have fun in your sister's getting
Yeah,
married.
first
or-
time out of the country too. It'll be
Oh,
cool.
it is. You got your
You've
passport
never been out of the
already?
country?
Nope,
Look at
never.
you.
Oh, wow.
It'll be sick. Yeah, never really had the opportunity. Yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, I got my passport for this trip.
But you're also going to like an American resort
I
in
know.
Mexico. It's
Doesn't
not
matter.
like
Doesn't matter. You're
No,
there.
you're
I'm out of
there.
the country.
Yeah.
A road win's a road win.
Yeah.
You know?
Might have an opportunity to go to Spain soon with my father, so we'll see about that.
You guys
That would
gonna
be
run
like
with the Bulls?
the real experience.
Don't
Yeah, I
run
would
with
do
the
that.
Bulls.
My dad did. I wouldn't though.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
midlife crisis
animal
for your dad.
Animal
that
cruelty,
was like
too.
when he was a kid, probably. I don't know.
Somebody said, go ahead.
No. Go.
I'm just going to
Spain's my dream trip.
That's mine too.
Yeah, I want to go there. You know, more than anything, I tried to do that for spring break this year because we've got the bar mitzvah in Philadelphia, so we're going to just use it as a gateway because fares are so much cheaper. Which, by the way, KCI, get your act together.
Yeah, I saw your tweets, man. I completely agree.
It's awful. KCI, get your act together and get an international flight. St. Louis just got their second international flight in the last 2 years. We can't even fly to New York. I mean, we gave you the new terminal. We gave you the tools, the resources necessary to get flights in here. And I think the folks at KCI are dropping the ball. But that's just my take on that. Recruit an international flight. But Spain, I would love.
Oh,
I mean,
he's
my
so good.
neighbors, my best friends growing up were from Spain, so I was kind of in their culture my entire childhood, and I love everything about it. So have fun on your trip.
Thank you, man. When Travis Hunter sucks, make sure you play my audio.
We
for
will.
Me, okay?
Yes, we
Thank
will.
you.
Yeah, be safe. We'll see you on, Thursday next week?
Thursday, that's it.
You're gone until Thursday. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. Enjoy. Coming up next, Cody Gold and Drew from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on 96.5 The Fan.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the